think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real. Brought to you by USPTO and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Admin a la carte are specialized local experts committed to helping you run your small business. From general admin and sales support to marketing, digital media and technology to real estate and compliance. Admin a la carte's only goal is to take your business to the next level. Find out how Admin a la carte can elevate your business. Visit admin-alacarte.com for more information. That's admin-alacarte.com. Admin a la carte. Your business doesn't fit into a box. Why should you have to?
Are you ready to elevate your spirits? Look no further than Black Rain Spirits, your local craft distillery nestled in Town Square Mall. Indulge in the smooth richness of our handcrafted spirits, meticulously distilled to perfection. Whether you prefer the bold kick of our bourbon or the subtle sophistication of our gin, Black Rain Spirits has something for every palate. Visit us today at Town Square Mall and experience the essence of true craftsmanship. Black Rain Spirits, where passion meets perfection, unconventionally traditional. On a recent episode of the Outlaw Radio Network,
some of our listeners even appreciated you dumbing it down for them. So, on behalf
sometimes
of Paul,
I have to mansplain for people like. By the way, mansplaining is when men explain things to a woman in a condescending tone. I just mansplained.
That's the Outlaw Radio Network, Sunday nights at their new time from 6 to 10.
You are listening to the Outlaw Radio Network, powered by our friends at Destination Highway 420, proudly supporting our veterans in the Bremerton community. Visit them online at destinationhighway420.com. 21 and over.
Cannabis has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming. Keep out of the reach of children.
Never give in. Never give in. Never, never, never. In nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy.
You're listening to the Outlaw Radio Network. OutlawRadioNetwork.com.
This country can't be knocked out with one punch. We get right back up again, and when we do, the world's going to hear the roar of our engines.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
You do your work, and we will do our bit.
Republic. I like the sentiment. It means people can live free, talk free, go or come, buy or sell, be drunk or sober, however they choose.
Are you ready to be who you are?
No poetry, just a straight answer.
The government has deliberately sought to deceive the United States by false statements and expressions of hope for continued peace.
We are men of the hood. That ain't how you're explaining.
But there's no both sides anymore. They're just trying to wreck our goddamn country. It's time for you younger guys to take over.
You meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
If you guys don't start thinking as men, we're going to have a lousy country.
For the crimes of incitement to cause unrest, I declare to be an outlaw!
All right, everybody, it is the Outlaw Radio Network. It is the 3rd of May, 2026. Thanks for checking out the show. K-Dog, Beeler, Black Tom. St. Paul is on a different camera, but I'll bring it. Are you ready, Paul? Can I bring you on the camera?
Stop picking your nose, Paul.
There's Paul. Hi, Paul.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Well,
I never do anything to her, man, and the first thing she does is take a shot across the bow.
Welcome to Sunday.
Lord.
Man,
I think you're sensitive tonight. Are you sensitive tonight?
Do you need some freaking tissue for your vagina?
Because here we go. Hold on, listen.
See what I mean? I don't know what got into her.
Listen,
sand in the Schlitz.
We have a tight schedule the first hour. We got Frank coming on with us in just a couple of seconds. We'll spend about a half hour with Frank. Coming to the bottom of the hour, we got our folks from the Derby coming on to join us because Derby season's around the corner. Coming up at the top of next hour, we got a whole bunch of political stuff. It's a full show. So you two put your hormones back in the appropriate cardboard box. We'll get to that later in the show. I just wanted to say hello to everybody. CEO is here as well. DJD running the boards. And Paul's handler brought him in here on time tonight. Congratulations. And
Way
also,
to go, man.
Also,
I'm seeing how this is going already.
Isaac is here. And Isaac, you're kind of on camera, by the way. If you lean that way just a little bit, down, lean down. There you go. There's Isaac. Everybody can see you. All right. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's go to the Black Ring Spirits video line, and we'll bring our good friend Frank Aquila. He is author of the book Sarah Palin Out of Nowhere. He's a longtime contributor to the show, our conservative insider, all around good guy. Calling from the People's Republic of what, Kentucky or Tennessee, Frank?
Tennessee.
Hey, Frank, good to see you, man. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're good. What was the weather in Tennessee today? How hot did it get in Tennessee today?
I think it was about 75, 80 degrees.
Yeah, it's what it was here.
That's
80 degrees today in Washington State. It's nuts.
Today was magnificent.
Gorgeous day.
I was bummed. I was stuck inside all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's going to be beautiful for a couple more days, so that'll be good.
Well, I'm going to take the roof off the Jeep. Frank, I got to ask you a question, man, because as I continue to watch what's going on with Iran, and the farther we get away from the initiation of like U.S. military action to now, it seems to me, tell me if I'm wrong, it seems to me like this is the most disjointed, uncoordinated cluster F that we've ever seen in our lives. Like, it felt to me like Trump thought the Iranian people were going to raise up. They didn't. We've now elapsed the 60 days that he was allowed before he had to start withdrawing troops. He came out last week and said, I don't have to consult Congress. I can do what I want to. That law is unconstitutional, even though in 2014 he blasted Obama for when he went in and took action without congressional approval. Can you give me a summary of if I'm wrong? Is this just a giant mess that Trump and his peeps, right? He's got a lot of people around him. They just didn't plan it out well?
No, I think they actually did what their mission is really to remove the threat that Iran had on America, on Israel, on other nations, and he has removed that threat temporarily. So that was important. I do agree with you on the 60-day power, the war treaty that. I forget what
War Powers Act.
Yeah, War Powers Act. That's expired. While I wish he did have more time to flex a muscle and finish the job, I don't believe constitutionally he has the ability to do so. And I don't think I think with that War Powers Act, I don't think they're going to be able to do much of anything unless we're actually attacked first. And that's what President Trump was trying to avoid. So that part of the mission was successful. Iran is very much damaged. As I mentioned to you last month when I was on the program, they lost their varsity team, they lost their junior varsity team, and then now they're down to their freshman team.
Oh, the Dallas Cowboys. Perfect. Okay.
There you go. And so Trump did not want to put troops in there. In one sense, he was using the art of the deal from his book, to just basically put a lot of pressure, a lot of threats. And Trump usually follows through on those on such threats. I mean, the threats of even going in there to begin with. That was part of what he wanted to do. But he did realize that, with the War Powers Act, you don't want to put yourself in where you got troops on the ground in there and then have to retreat. That wasn't the position. So what he tried to do was do the blockade, try to really hold Iran in a position where he was financially restraining them, and hope that they would come to the table. They would have negotiated a settlement, so then he could go home with a victory in that regards. Who knows? I know he's still pulling out. He's stating that the War Powers Act is unconstitutional. Maybe to try to buy himself some more time. By buying some more time, that he could maybe. I think there was this whole thing with Iran. They know that there's the 60-day War Powers Act, so they figure, let's just delay it as much as we can. We'll try to appease it, but then we're going to go ahead and double talk. And that's what they were doing. So it really put President Trump in a bind because of that 60 days. And I think he's kind of just saying, hey, it's unconstitutional. So maybe make Iran make a deal. But I think President Trump wants out of there as well. I think there's going to be, there's high gas prices. There's, American troops there, and it's not really going well with the American people. So I think he wants to take a victory. He wants to make a deal with Iran. Iran wants to make a deal as well, but they just don't want to give up the nuclear weapons. So there's a lot of moving parts there. We'll see what happens.
So, Frank, this is Paul. Long time no talk to, by the way, brother.
Hey, Paul.
Listen, I want to make you feel better about this War Powers Act thing, okay? And I understand where Kevin and everybody else, yourself and all these folks are coming out on this angle with the War Powers Act, right? That's a real thing. It exists, right? But listen, when was the last time we followed the War Powers Act? It wasn't during Desert Storm, wasn't during Iraqi freedom, wasn't during Vietnam, wasn't during Korea, wasn't during Panama. Like, it's there, but it's like stoning your wife that cheats on you in the Bible, right? Like, you just choose to not follow it.
Wow.
And okay, maybe that was a bad example, but it works for some people, right? I'm just saying that I think it's just one of those things that exists, that it only gets brought up when it's convenient for one political side or the other. Would you agree?
I agree with you on that. Yes, I agree.
So I understand many people, Kevin and others, and their frustrations. Listening to the hearings last week with Pete Hegseth sitting in front of Congress, I am of the opinion that 100% of what we are seeing is political theater, right? It's kabuki theater is all it is. People are playing to their base. They're playing to their, they're looking for one-liners. They get them a YouTube short or a TikTok video, because we're coming into midterm elections. People need money. They need looks. They need clicks. They need views. They need name recognition, right? They need brand recognition. Because we have not in any of our lifetimes seen a president adhere to the War Powers Act. Would you agree?
I agree.
Perfect. Show's over.
You just agree with Paul. So as far as Paul's concerned, the next 2 hours and 46 minutes of this show was unnecessary.
Are you kidding? I'm glowing over here.
No, hold on. So in light of what you just said, I think I'm the only person on a microphone right now that did not vote for Trump.
You bet that
That'd be true.
correct.
Yeah, I voted.
Yeah.
Lori voted for Jill Stein, but okay. Yeah, I think you're the only one.
No, I voted Libertarian.
Yeah.
It
So
was
for
a wasted vote.
No, it was not, and we've discussed that. That's a different topic. For everyone that voted Trump, did you vote for the person, or did you vote for the policies during the campaign?
Good
Policies.
question. Yeah, we have to ask Frank about that.
Yeah, Frank,
and ask Frank his
That's a good
thoughts on
question,
that.
Tom.
Oh, absolutely. The policies. I mean, Trump's unfiltered. In one sense, I kind of like that unfilteredness. At first, I didn't like it, but he has the personality to really fight back against the Democrats, kind of using their own words. I was using this example to somebody the other day. If Ronald Reagan were president right now, he was more of trying to get along with everybody as well, and he still wanted to run a conservative agenda, but he didn't have the vicious attacks on him. And you imagine they would have tried to get him impeached, him thrown out of office, maybe arrested. It's not too many people that have the personality to fight back that President Trump has, where he has election stolen from him. He's proven this with all the election fraud that they're finding, and then also to face indictments, be arrested, face court with sham trials, and how many people could really take that? So when you talk about the policies or the man himself, I really have to think that you do have to look at the man himself in that one way. But do we want to have? Do we really like a guy that's as unfiltered as he is? To Particularly, you don't, but in this one sense, to have somebody that fights back against the Democrats, kind of play them at their own game. The Republican Party has always been more of a gentleman's party. We want to do things the right way. Trump wants to win, and he's willing to go ahead and get down in the mud and fight with the Democrats.
Frank, is there any way that this action in Iran comes off as a success for the Trump administration?
Absolutely. I do believe. I think that's why he's trying to delay and saying that the War Powers Act is unconstitutional, or saying that because they were negotiating, there was time to that wasn't sufficient. Whatever excuse is, what he wants to do is stop Iran from thinking that they're playing out the clock, and then where Trump has this blockade, where Iran says, okay, you know what, we will just go ahead and give in. And I think if they do give in, Iran, they're not stupid. They know that Trump's not going to be in office forever. They know they can't be trusted. So I think when they say they're not going to do something, they've never held their word for anything. So I think basically they'll want to rebuild their country, and they'll want to rebuild their nuclear ambitions. And that's something they're going to go back to, and they will do at some point.
Well, you're not making me feel warm and fuzzy, Frank. That's not.
Well, again, you have some time. You have some time where Trump has actually dismantled their whole varsity and JV team. So it's going to be a while before the freshman team really kind of gets everything put back together. But Trump will be out of office at that point, and we'll be safe for X amount more years.
Well, and one of the points that's been made and bantered around about even already tonight, right, Frank, is about gas prices, right? And I don't know if for anybody who's listening right now, there's a woman named Susan Kolkinda that's out there, and she is one of these economic hawks, right? She knows all the ins and outs about all the economic policies all over the place, and she has gone out of her way to basically point out that the real enemy here isn't Iran, even that the real enemy is the legacy bankers in London. It's about that's where the whole issue with Lloyd's of London canceling their insurance for freighters and all this other stuff. And she really ties it in well together and points to the fact that, hey, our economical situation in the United States with oil, for example, as a commodity, those base oil prices per barrel are set in London, right? And so we're watching our gas prices go sky high. Why? We're energy independent. Right? What's the reason? What's the excuse that we're watching our gas prices go through the roof? It don't have much to do with what's going on in Iran. No. We don't buy. I think it was like less than 10% of our oil is purchased from overseas. So this is a. I think there's a lot more issues at play here than just dropping bombs on an Iranian regime that we know would ultimately like to destroy our Israeli allies. And personally, it really bothers me hearing people make the suggestion that we went after Iran and we did this at the behest of Benjamin Netanyahu and the Knesset in Israel. That bothers me. And if anybody, Frank, if you can explain to me why people might say that, I am all ears, because I don't understand that mindset at all.
Well, Israel's our ally, and so
right.
that is the most important thing. And what really kind of astonishes me is the Jewish people have voted Democrat for many, many years. And I don't know if there's statistically more and more Jewish people maybe coming over to the Republican side, but the Democrat Party has really become an anti-Semitic party. And
in a lot of ways, yeah.
So you have these people that really want to try to go ahead and put Trump and Netanyahu as bed buddies with each other, and when really they're trying to protect democracy in the Middle East, which is very, very difficult to do. Trump has a love for Israel, and the love for the democracy of Israel, and he sees the threats against Israel, and Israel's basically been left alone. When Trump hasn't been in office, Israel has been left alone. So that's important. And, as I've stated before when I've been on here, you have to go look at Bible prophecy even leads to this. Iran is going to attack Israel. That's actually in the book of Ezekiel. It talks about it, and that's coming. They're going to align with Russia, and they're going to go and attack Iran. I mean, attack Israel. And so Bible prophecy is actually forming right before our eyes. So
you could make the argument, Frank, that that's already occurred, right? Because Russia is providing intelligence assets, satellite images, and coordinates already for Iran. So they are already working in conjunction.
They are working together, and they are going to align, and they will attack, and they'll be defeated. But you know what? So that's why when Kevin was asking me, well, what do I see, happening here? Iran's going to survive. They're going to go ahead and rebuild, and they will at one point align with Russia, and they will attack Israel. And that's like I said, that's prophetic.
Really quick question from Terry in the chat, Frank. She said, what are the odds that Iran's going to whine and cry to the next president that we owe them billions of dollars and a Democrat president will just send it to him?
You know what? History will be repeating itself. I believe that probably will happen.
I agree with that as well. Frank, really quick, the other question I wanted to ask you about tonight is we're sitting here in May. We're only 6 months away from midterm elections. How much trouble are the Republicans in for the midterms? With gas prices as high as they are, that low public approval of what's going on with Iran, do the Democrats have a solid chance of taking back both the House and the Senate?
Politics changes, as you know, Kevin. Way things stand right now may not be the way things stand in August or September when you get down to 2 or 3 months before the election. It's going to be what happens between now and August, September, after we get through the summer, where people are feeling like, hey, things are getting better or they're getting worse. And I think basically that's why Trump wants to get out of the Iran conflict right now. Comes home, can say he's made a deal with them, have a victory lap. I think as Paul was mentioning, we're oil independent. So basically our gas prices will come down after all this. Another thing is, you got rid of Jerome Powell in about 12 more days. He will no longer be the Fed chairman. I'm hoping now he's going to stay on as a governor. And as a governor, I think he really wants to, I think it's more personal what he wants to do rather than what's right. And so he wants to stay on, which nullifies a new appointee by Trump to the Fed board. And right now, we'll see if there's going to be enough Fed chairmen that want to go ahead and lower interest rates. But I would say if you start seeing inflation come down, which should come down with lower gas prices, then the Fed board will be more inclined to lower interest rates. When you have lower interest rates, then you're going to start seeing you'll start seeing the economy really kind of taking off. You're going to start seeing the stock market really take off. And so therefore you get into that into the last half of the year, right before election, and people start looking at their pension, so there'll be, people start feeling better about the economy. So we'll see what happens with that.
Tom?
But what's going to force gas prices to come back down if we don't have an absolute, distinct victory in Iran? Because right now Iran's just a stalemate.
So let me take this for just a part of a second here. And Tom, you may miss this when I said this earlier. Part of it is speculators, but the most important part of that equation is who sets the price per barrel, the basic standard. Right. That's set in London.
Yes. No, I understand that.
Right.
But if we don't
hold on, Tom, what I'm trying to help you, which again, this has taken me months to unwrangle this and understand it. I'm not trying to say this like you should know this, because it's not. We have a real lack of understanding as Americans how not our financial system works, but how the financial system that our financial system answers to works. Global financial system. Yeah.
The global system is very different.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I would make the point right now that the war that people are not seeing is the war that Trump and Marco Rubio have declared on the World Monetary Organization, and basically the bankers that bank to the bankers, the big trillionaire banks.
Right. No, I'm following some of that because we just made some friends in Indonesia that's going to put a pinch on China because of trade through part of what Indonesia controls.
Yep.
But Iran's not going to just sit down. And if we don't militarily sit Iran down, they're not going to behave when we pull out.
You are not wrong. I'm just making the contention that we've already bitch slapped them back to the Stone Age once, and we've kind of taken our foot off the gas. I'm not necessarily in favor of that, but we've taken our foot off the gas, right?
Right.
And so we're letting this diplomacy play out. We'll see where it goes.
And if
okay, hold on.
And at the end of 30 days, Iran, because 30 days is the end of that 90 days
but
war power.
My point is that's irrelevant.
Well, maybe.
Okay, hold on. Frank, I want to ask you one more question before I let you go. And again, we're doing a shorter segment with Frank this week just because we're so tight on everything else. Frank, I want to jump back to you on something really quick. Who was it that mentioned Marco? Was it you that mentioned Marco or Paul? Paul mentioned Marco. Listen, obviously, if we look at, the next 2 years are going to be a 2-year hopscotch match over who might be the next presumptive nominee for the Republican Party. It's not going to be Trump, obviously. He's got his 2 terms under his belt. Vance is probably the odds-on favorite. Is there anybody in the list right now that you see that could position themselves to overtake him? Is Rubio a guy? Is there somebody else I'm not thinking of?
I think Rubio would be a formidable guy to possibly take in, but it's hard to unseat what is looked at as hey, the next in line, which is Vance. I wasn't. I'll have to be honest. I wasn't really a big Vance guy. For President Trump, I wanted kind of somebody that kind of had more of a presence, more stern, and I don't think he's got the mindset of President Trump. I think President Trump brought Vance in because he appears to be somebody that's going to be loyal, and I think he was somebody to bring in the blue wall, the iron wall from Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. And so, Ohio, that's really where Vance was chosen, I believe, for really work in that area. I think Rubio, he has a lot of appeal, and I like Rubio a lot. So, but at the point, if the Republican Party loses anything, and the Democrats get in charge, as you've seen with what they did with President Trump, they will make sure, and they might even be very open about it, just like saying, hey, you know what, we don't want to fund ICE, we don't care about all these illegals that are here. They may very well just be throwing everything and stacking the Supreme Court and putting DC as a state. Just so that they have full ultimate power and nobody's going to do anything to them.
Frank, I appreciate you for taking time and joining us. We do this every single month, first Sunday of every month. We'll look to chat with you again on the 7th of June, when it'll be hot as Hades where you're at, I think. And the rain will probably be back here. It'll probably be raining again.
We'll do our D-Day anniversary show.
Yeah, we will.
Just don't put that kind of energy out there. I'm enjoying this.
The sunshine. This weather is nice.
Yes.
Frank, give our best to your amazing wife. Tell her we all said hello, and we'll talk with you next week, man. Thanks for taking some time.
All right, you guys enjoy.
Love you, Frank.
Appreciate you, brother. Frank Aquila, author of the book Sarah Palin Out of Nowhere, our long time conservative insider, good friend of the show, and full of knowledge, vast knowledge, and a lot of good thoughts. I didn't mean to cut you guys off on the conversation. We can double back to that.
You're fine. I had spaced that we were packed tonight. And
I'm waiting for our other guests to come in. I'm going to push back on you with your comments about gas.
Okay.
Because I did some research on it too, probably not as in depth as you did. So don't talk to me like I'm an idiot, because I might be. But the way I understood it is that part of the reason why gas prices are so high is because we put limits on who Iran is allowed to sell oil to if you're going to be our friends. And so that's taken a chunk out of other nations that traditionally buy their oil from Iran, which supply and demand now says that the oil companies that are selling gasoline that's pumped here in the U.S. are getting higher markets outside the U.S. So that market is shifting. And
it's a global supply.
Yeah, it's a global supply. So even though you're right, we are energy independent. Since some of our allies are now not able to buy gasoline from Iran, they're buying them from us instead, which takes away from our supply to offer, which drives the prices up. Is that
so? Problem number one in the United States is and this began really under the Obama presidency, is we have a lack of plants that are capable of converting oil and turning it into gas. Right, so that's problem number one in the U.S.
It depends on the kind of crude that you're trying to.
No, I'm just saying that
process.
we're short. We're short on those plants.
Processing plants, and then the kind of crude that we can process is also limited.
So, and for those who don't understand the commodity markets, and I don't want to pretend that I'm an expert in it, I have a basic understanding of it. But essentially, whether it's orange juice or pork or some fruit or grain or wheat or whatever, coffee, right? Speculators drive these markets, right? And speculators drive that market because they're buying low and they're selling high. And no matter what direction that goes, people are making money. The one thing that creates wealth in the commodity market is volatility. The more volatility you have, the more money people make. It's that simple. And when you look at how these markets are being driven, you bring up a great point, right? So if the US puts out, 100 million barrels a month, right? We're not buying it all because we're not using it all. We also can't process it fast enough. So these are legitimate problems. It's why opening the Strait of Hormuz is important, right? But it's not exactly the end all be all of oil and gas prices. I think the last figure I saw was like 17% of the world's oil supply travels through the Strait of Hormuz. It's not a monumental amount, but it is for those countries that need it. So like you said, it forces them to go other places and purchase. Now you've got people competing for a smaller supply, which is driving prices up. Mm-hmm. The problem in the United States is we can't pump enough oil, produce it, turn it into gas, and put it on our own market fast enough to keep up, right? Which is why Lloyd's of London and other large financial organizations are absolutely taking advantage of the situation, and they knew what they were doing. So what happened as soon as they said, "Well, we're not going to insure any ship going through the Strait of Hormuz"? Do you know what happened? This was one of the
rates
nails.
went up.
This is one of the nails that Trump pounded into that casket. Okay, on because London is the financial capital of the world, whether we like it or not. They just are. Okay. So what did the United States do? Stepped in and said, we'll insure everybody. They took that power away from Lloyd's of London, right? The easiest way for me to put it, that I learned to put it into context, is like this. Do you remember back in the 16, 17, 1800s, who kind of controlled the worldwide economy?
1800s?
16, 17, 1800s.
Oh, the West India Company.
West India Company, right.
Yeah.
And they had full power to levy war, bring in troops for business.
Yeah, they
right?
told kings what to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if I were to tell you that company still exists and is doing business the same way, just in a different form in London, I hope that kind of gives you an umbrella idea of what we're talking about. They just don't do it on the scale that they used to, but they're still there.
And there's other global companies that have just as much influence. I mean, Amazon, and Amazon has...
We're talking, yes, they do, but we are talking about two different things. I'm talking about driving the prices up on commodities and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, two very different things. Yeah.
I don't know why Tom even cares. He has an electric car. He doesn't have to worry about it at all. He just
because he cares about our economy. He's a small business guy.
And I do have a couple of diesel motors that I would really like to use, but they're just too goddamn expensive to drive them.
And diesel's way more expensive than just regular gas.
I know. It's $7 a gallon on average.
Yeah, and you want to know why everything else is going up in price? Because the folks that ship it here are the ones that have to do all the shipping to get it over here.
Because everything moves across the country on diesel.
All right.
Diesel trucks, diesel trains, everything moves across the country on diesel.
Spirit Airlines.
All right. We'll talk about this later.
Well, that's more like kerosene.
You know what? Yeah, I don't know why anybody's pissed off about Spirit Airlines. Nobody should have given them a bailout. They were
pissed
crap.
off about it.
Flew them before. No, they were awful.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Okay, we're going to segue to our guests. Dennis, do you want to play a quick commercial break just so we have time to rotate folks through? Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Dennis would love to. You can't hear him. He's not on a mic, but he just literally said, I would love to, Kevin. That's what he said.
Right before that, it was, God damn you, what's wrong with you?
Quick break. The Derby folks are next because it's Derby season! Derby season!
Stick around. Your ass whipped this year if we race.
Outlaw Radio Network with our friends from the Kitsap Destruction Derby Association. Back after this. This is Outlaw Radio Network.
Ready to elevate your spirits? Look no further than Black Rain Spirits, your local craft distillery nestled in Town Square Mall. Indulge in the smooth richness of our handcrafted spirits, meticulously distilled to perfection. Whether you prefer the bold kick of our bourbon or the subtle sophistication of our gin, Black Rain Spirits has something for every palate. Visit us today at Town Square Mall and experience the essence of true craftsmanship. Black Rain Spirits, where passion meets perfection, unconventionally traditional. On a recent episode of the Outlaw Radio Network,
Some of our listeners even appreciated you dumbing it down for them. So, on behalf
Sometimes
of
I
Paul,
have to
thank you.
mansplain for people like. By the way, mansplaining is when men explain things to a woman in a condescending tone. I just mansplained mansplainers.
That's the Outlaw Radio Network Sunday nights at their new time from 6 to 10.
This episode of the Outlaw Radio Network is brought to you by Destination Highway 420 in Bremerton. Looking for a knowledgeable cannabis shop with a great local vibe? Destination Highway 420 offers a wide selection of Washington State cannabis products, including flower, pre-rolls, edibles, and concentrate from trusted producers across the state. Their friendly staff can help you find exactly what you're looking for in a relaxed, welcoming environment. Visit Destination Highway 420 at 1225 Hollis Street in Bremerton. Must be 21 or older with valid ID.
The older people, I know you're getting a little edgy right now, but you better get into me because I don't want to bum you out, but I'm the future of America.
This is the Outlaw Radio Network.
Good evening, my fellow citizens.
It's kind of stony, huh?
It's a real thing. A radio signal from another world.
The United States government presents
The Outlaw Radio Network. Outlaw Radio Network.
To provide guidance to mankind.
All right, everybody, Outlaw Radio Network, May 3rd. Taking a weirdly timed break. So don't leave at the top of the hour like you normally do. Beeler was able to go take care of her teenage young girl bladder and get that all taken care of. What's up, Beals?
Hey.
Feel
what's
better?
up? A little bit.
A little bit?
A little
All right.
bit.
Tom will be back in a second. Paul has vanished off to go check in with his handler, make sure everything's okay. Hey, it's Derby season, and so we are joined for our first catch-up of the year, one of many, I believe, with some of our good friends from the Kitsap Destruction Derby Association. Josh, Andy, Melody, welcome, guys. Thanks for coming to the show.
Thanks for having us.
So what's going on? You guys all ready for this? You guys?
No Spark Racing.
No Spark Racing, thank you.
We need like 3 more weekends and we'll be ready, but we're as ready as we're going to get.
So what would happen if you had 3 more weeks? Like what would be different today? What would be different if you had 3 more weeks? Would the car be faster? Would it be more like
it'd be done?
No, 5 more cars would show up and we'd have to build them.
Okay, talk right in that microphone. What's that?
5 more cars would show up and we'd have to build them.
Yeah, if you had more time, they would just create more things for you to do, right?
Yep.
Wait a second. Stop. Are you going to make fun of Tom for having to run to the bathroom?
Is that where Tom just went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you?
That's why I was.
serious?
That's why I was asking how much time we had left on.
Just saying.
What did you do during the entire break?
I refilled my water glass. I was
Oh
offering
my
our
God.
guests a drink.
Hydrated.
You know,
I swear to all things holy, you are an idiot. Okay, first big event of the year
That was
for the Derby.
rude.
that was me.
I love you, Tom. First big event of the year is coming up May 16th, right? And that is going to be 2 weeks from yesterday. It's going to have a mini 2-man team Derby. Will you guys explain what that is?
2 mini cars are basically going to be out there as one team. So we have our driver, Damian Osborne, 256, is teaming up with Gabe Salter, and they're going to take on whoever else shows up.
Okay, so this will be a full Derby race then. So you're running until both cars are dead, essentially. And so if one of you is out, the other one is still alive. Both of you've got to be knocked out to be eliminated.
Yep.
Cool.
It sounds like a lot of fun, man. Like I loved racing the cars when we do the Outlaw Invitational every year, but I cannot imagine how chaotic it is to be in a finale.
It's fun. You don't. I mean, when I did my first finale, I was really nervous until the flag dropped, and then I just went.
Yeah.
And then have no more nerves.
No.
No.
You take some big hits in those though, right?
Yeah.
Have you been rolled in a finale?
Not in a finale, but I got rolled in a big car race.
Did you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, slow motion.
Slow motion went right up on my side.
Yeah.
And I heard that Melody is gonna race coming up this summer. Is that correct? Speaking to the mic.
Yeah.
Are you nervous being on the radio? Are you,
Kind of,
you being a little shy?
Yeah.
Beeler's nice to all the guests. She's mean to us, but she'll be nice to you, I promise.
She's not mean to
Because
me.
they're dicks.
That isn't
Beeler's
true.
not mean
Not
to me.
Tom though.
That's not true at all.
Not Dennis.
Melody, are you okay telling everybody how old you are?
16.
16. What made you want to get into Derby?
Well, my older cousin has been doing it for a long time, like since before I was born. And
Kevin Robinson, the Wild Thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And I always like seeing him do it. And then I moved in with Josh and he got into it. And then that made me really want to do it.
So are you going to be out there all cutthroat though? You're not going to take it easy on people, are you? You're gonna trade paint if you have to?
I don't know.
You don't know. You're just gonna wait to see what happens when you get there.
You know,
She better.
It's the quiet, shy ones that look out for them.
It's true.
Yeah, amen. And I assume you're running a Mini, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She will be driving her dad's car that he won in last year.
Ooh,
Okay.
I want to make sure I get your car.
The same car that Doc drove
Yeah.
last year.
Doc Blackwell drove it. He
okay.
was a close second.
Yeah, that's because
wasn't
some of us
close.
got stuck with the shit car.
Hey, by the way, don't,
Who won that?
who was
Shut
the winner
up.
last?
Why
Who won
would
that?
you
Don't
do
get him
that?
Don't get him going.
Well,
This guy won last year, yeah!
well, hold on one sec, because I do have some breaking news.
Give me breaking news. Oh, we got breaking news. Brought to you by Black Ring Spirits, official host of the Outlaw Radio Network. Here's Dennis.
Yes, after talking to club president Thomas Brian Hedrick, the Outlaw Invitational for 2026 has been approved.
Yeah! Which means K-Dog is going to defend his title. I'm going to be a two-time champion.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
And
Get your ass whipped,
is
boy.
going down.
also,
You're going
our
down.
good friends from No Spark have an announcement to go along with that.
Oh, what do you got, No Spark?
We are going to sponsor it.
What? Wow.
They are the first official car sponsor for the Outlaw Invitational.
Outstanding. Whose car did I drive in the win last year? Was it
That
yours?
was Tim Bainan.
Was it?
Yeah.
222.
Okay. All right.
He's kind of a part of our team, but not really. He's family.
He's friend,
Work on
yeah.
his car. We race with him.
Awesome.
Good car.
That's exciting, Dennis. Thank you I was wondering about that. I hadn't heard any official word, so it's great. And that'll be the one in April.
April?
Bro,
Oh, sorry,
April
in
Outlaw
September. Sorry,
Invitational,
September.
September.
Good
Oh,
God,
April.
man. Jeez.
That
No,
was
but
last month.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. I'm tired.
Club president says loves having everyone out and really wants to keep tradition going. So,
Andy, how long have you been a part of No Spark?
No, I used to tow Josh's first car when he first started 2 years ago. So I was his car hauler.
Okay, and now you're a driver?
Yep.
Yeah.
I drive a Ford Taurus station wagon.
That's phenomenal.
Big old boat.
That is great.
I used to have a Ford Taurus.
Hey, don't let Ford Taurus fool you. That
No.
is a tank.
No, yeah, like I said, I used to own a Ford Taurus when
thought it
my
was
son
slow.
was like, hell, I think he was newborn.
Hmm.
I think that's why I drove him home from the hospital in.
Wow.
I thought
Yeah.
they were slow until I seen our teammate get in it.
No, I had an SHO. It was
SHOs are fast.
yeah, no, it was a pretty cool
This is
car.
a grandma grocery getter.
Oh,
But he does good.
How is the plan for like fuel and stuff with gas prices going through the roof? How much does that impact you guys?
A lot.
Yeah.
Major.
We are constantly asking and looking for more sponsors
Mhm.
to help with stuff like that, like cash paying sponsors.
yeah. I was chatting with part of No Spark about a sponsorship, and we're still trying to work out some money to at least be able to help with gas and stuff just
Perfect.
from Black Ring.
Yeah, that'd be
So
sweet.
we're working on that.
Can you
still.
are you allowed to sponsor as a distillery?
Hell yeah.
Are you? I just listen. I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to, but I live in this state where
I would
nothing
put a
they do makes
dildo
sense.
company on the side of my car if they gave me money.
Yeah. So no, actually, Kevin, you're right. I have to.
Tyos would put a dildo company on the side of it just because it's a dildo company, but okay.
Did you guys see Idiocracy?
Yes.
Yeah, the dildozer.
Seriously, that's what it feels like in this world right now.
Yeah, we're kind of living it, aren't
I
we?
know.
It is. Yeah.
I
But
drive
anyways,
I drive a diesel. Damien drives a diesel.
I own
drives a
two
diesel.
diesels.
Basically, all the tow rigs that we have are.
I own 2 diesels and an EV.
He's
and
got a
my
he's got
diesels
a
are parked.
Ram 1500 with a 5.7 in it, and it's the only gasser I think that tows. But
Yeah,
you know,
no,
he's paying $1 less a gallon.
yeah, it's actually a little bit cheaper for me to have my grain shipped than it is for me to go get it right now. So I've just got my diesels parked. Yeah, it's
You
ridiculous.
guys playing musical chairs? What's going on over there?
No, I got an emergency. I got an emergency phone call. I got to take care of really quick. I'll be right back though.
Oh, we'll be left front.
Well, cool.
Tom's in charge.
Tom's in charge. Oh God, we're screwed. No, Dennis is in charge.
Yeah, we built a bunch of fresh cars, different building designs, I guess you could say, compared to what we're used to.
Both big car and mini.
Yeah, we got big cars and mini cars. We're
Okay.
actually building 2 big cars right now for Alex Costa 636 and Zach Fisher 360.
God, you got all the numbers and drivers.
I had to
memorized.
practice, man. That was my first time here. I couldn't remember nothing.
He can't remember mine.
I forgot him, but I told you about his wife's cooking.
Hey, that's fair. I
We'll
mean,
put it this way: I'm the announcer, and I can't remember the numbers. So.
Also, how many cars do you have in total?
Oh shit!
We have at least 13 right now.
Wow, 13.
Yeah.
So, question from our chat: how do people donate or sponsor if they want to?
Reach out to the No Spark Facebook, or reach out to me, Joshua Aaron Jones Sr. on Facebook, and we can go about it.
All right.
Nice.
Usually we ask for like $200 a car or $1,000 for every car, every race, finales, Monroe, Slam Fest. It goes on it all year long. But yeah, I mean, it's just reach out and we can communicate and come up with something.
Yeah.
Right on. Great.
Yeah.
Yes, if some of you are feeling business-like, the Derby itself also is looking for sponsors, for banner sponsors, things like that, always, just to keep the shows going.
Yeah. Our number one sponsor, like our day one sponsor, actually sponsored when's Truck Night? The 30th?
Yeah, I think so.
So he sponsored that night, all terrain painting and repairs.
Cool.
So he is going to be the trophy truck and have a booth and everything out.
That's cool.
Good.
So yeah, it's nice getting, he sponsored us since day one, and now he's sponsoring a whole night.
Some great advertisement that someone
yeah.
could get out of it for sure. That's great.
Yeah, you get a lot of customers out there on Derby night, man. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Quick question for you guys. So when you guys go and you take a raw, fresh, brand new vehicle, right? What's the most difficult part about getting that car ready to go?
That's a good
The
question.
glass.
That is a
The
great
glass.
question.
Getting the glass out
getting all
of
the
it.
glass out.
I mean, it's easy to break a window, right? But now you got to clean it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
And then, like
Shop vac.
yesterday, we're working with a 76 Nova. The front windows are made out of like bulletproof glass.
Shit.
We're throwing sledgehammers at them, and it's not going through it. We had to basically do what we could to get that window out.
Wow.
Sawzalls, window removers. It's not coming out.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds funny, but I can only imagine how difficult it actually is, man. What a pain in the ass. Huh?
Yeah.
But you do that for the pleasure and the recreation for the fans, man. That's I think a lot of people miss that about the Derby, right? They really don't understand how much work you guys have to put into just to get a car ready to go.
Oh yeah.
And let's be honest, you get that car ready to go, just go out and fuck it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of commitment behind that, right? It's like your first marriage or your first relationship. You're gonna screw it up, so you just kind of learn it along the way.
Yeah. My
I like that analogy, Paul. Thank
my
you.
original car that we built
In 2 weeks.
in 2 weeks
Oh,
is
Lord.
still running and driving.
That's
Really?
impressive.
And we had it at Slam Fest a month ago.
How long has that one been running for you?
This is its 3rd year.
Nice.
But I mean, we didn't know anything. We literally read a piece of paper, built it to that, and it's still out there going. We put multiple bumpers on it, different things along the years, but
When you got your specifications that you had to meet, like was it pretty easy to follow the directions and no, okay, we got to have this to this specification, etc.
some of it.
Yeah.
Some of it's okay. Like you're allowed minimum of 3/8 or 3/4 all thread or whatever. So that's common sense. But then when you start talking about radiator protectors, bumper brackets, seam welding, that's
And
What's the seam?
Yeah, are
Right.
those universal from one race entity to the next?
So
like KDDA versus whatever's going on in Puyallup versus whatever's going on.
For the most
you know.
part, it's the same, but they have different stipulations on where
Put that mic right in
put
front of
your
you.
plates.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
And then where you can seam, or you might have to chain or wire.
Okay.
It all varies.
And I think like one of the things I having had a brother that did it for years that I found most interesting, he ended up using a beer keg as his gas can, right? There's special things you guys have to do. Mind you, this was back when Moby Dick was a minnow in the 90s. So I'm sure rules may have changed by now, but like there's a lot
pretty sure we can still use a keg.
Yeah.
She's
As
like
long
the
as it's less than
90s.
6 gallons.
Yeah.
She's like the 90s. How old are you people?
Yeah.
For real.
Rocks were invented about the time we showed up.
Yeah. Gus.
Fire was new.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
From the 1900s.
Well, and a question out of the chat for you guys, which is really kind of more from us, but it was asked, so I'm going to throw it out there. Like, so you guys, if I understood you correctly, when it comes to the Outlaw Invitational, we're going to be using your guys' cars?
Yes.
Okay. Kind of like we did with Weirdos Racing the last few years is what it sounds like. And you said you guys have how many cars? And I'm asking because, in the next month, we're going to have to set up who we're going to have drive. Right.
We
So
do?
if it's only going to be 3 cars or 4 cars, we need to know if it's going to be 8. Wonderful. We'll get some very popular local politicians to step in and drive. And I will tell you now, that could be a lot of fun. Well,
I can retire too. I am the defending. Maybe I should just retire with my title and just call it good.
You absolutely should. Get
I
the
don't
fuck
think
out
so.
while you're a winner.
No. You I can tell you right now, you don't want my car.
No.
You
No.
pansy ass.
We'll just
Wait,
get a
what?
whole bunch of straws, and you can play straws and see who wins the best.
Why don't I want your car, Josh?
It's a Honda Civic. It's slow.
Oh, perfect.
The wagon's
Well,
faster in it.
Tyler Oberon's a Honda Civic, but he's a manual. His car's fast. He won like 8 races. Mine, I doubt it.
Well, listen, I'm not
Give
going
that one to
guys.
Kevin.
Well, and Kevin makes a lot
Put
of
you in it,
enemies.
make you hit a wall.
What?
We'll
we
just
can't
put
have
you in
Wally
it.
too.
I don't want to be in that one.
She
can't
just
have a
kind of,
Wally
putts
Can you-
around and
can you
acts
drive
like
a
she's
manual?
racing.
Yes, I can drive a manual.
Okay.
My-
All right. Hey, I just thought I'd ask. I mean,
Yes.
My car's
know-
an automatic. That's why I said he doesn't want it.
but
Well, see, Beeler can, maybe bond, but with the young lady right
Yeah.
there, that's a solid car.
She can
There you
run
go.
Melody's car.
Yeah,
There you
Melody.
How do you like that?
Girl power, right? Let's take these boys down.
Like that brief scene in Avengers Endgame. Yeah, I mean, the girl power scene in Endgame.
I don't fucking remember that.
I'm not surprised. It's okay. I'm not taking that weird. It's cool.
No, you shouldn't take that weird because I see that shit and it just pisses me off. It was kind of a facetious way, but
Yeah, I got you.
yeah.
It's all good.
They fucked everything up for me. I should have been barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen.
I'm off. Kevin, you come over and sit down, Kevin.
When
I'm
I talk on
staying
the
out of
show
this
about never mind. I'm not going to go there with
Staying out
guys
of
in
this one.
here.
I wipe stupid off my forehead every morning when I look in the mirror.
Do you guys
I'm
have to
not
pace
commenting on
yourselves?
that.
Like when you guys start the season, right? Because you've got how many events you guys doing this year?
6.
6 events. Do you guys have to pace yourselves at all? Is there a spot where you're like, we can't do everything we want to do in the May event because we're going to try to make sure we get this car to go until the September event? Or is it
We have
all out balls of the walls from the get and there's no...
If I destroy my car on opening night, by the next night I will have another car built. That's
perfect.
Is that because you got ones in various phases of construction? Like you can just go home and hurry up and put one together?
Yeah, and I got a good team.
Do you have a daytime job?
Yeah,
Okay.
I work like 60 hours a week at a tow company.
Wow. That's
Do you,
crazy.
the tow company. So you have an inside source for just cars.
Auctions.
Uh-huh. There it is.
Mhm.
Okay, because that was my next question. I was like, where the hell do you find cheap cars? Yep. Now I
Actually,
know.
I haven't fucking got a car at auction in a while. We just came from a derby meeting, and while we were there, I had 3 people offer me 3 cars.
Nice.
Okay.
I have to say no
All
at some point.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't think that's yet.
No, not yet.
Is there? I don't want to make this political at all, right? But is there a concern with the mandate that the governor passed a couple of years ago that we were going to go to electric cars by 2030? Is there a concern with you guys in the Derby of what that's going to do to
Bring one out there.
No, I don't mean that. But I mean, is it a concern with you guys what it's going to do to the cost to get gasoline vehicles because they're going to start to become more of a premium, right? Is there a concern of what that's going to do, or are you guys not really worried about it?
I don't think we really have to worry about that.
Yeah, or do you think an EV could meet the safety specs?
You can't hit a battery with a car.
Well, I mean, that's my thought too.
I
It's
mean,
like,
it
you know,
would
if
be
you,
pretty
if you bang on a
If the
lithium battery
can fit in a box and be secured behind the driver or in the car somewhere, then bring it out.
Oh,
let me know how it goes.
All right.
It'd be really cool.
Josh is like, let me know how it goes because he's not dumb enough to do it.
I
That's
don't have $30,000 to get one.
Oh no, you could get like a late model Nissan Leaf. I own a late model Nissan.
Is it the one
Leaf.
that's plugged in outside?
Yeah,
because it was dead.
Yeah, no.
Go run it. Go run a couple races
Yeah,
with it.
I mean, it's not dead. It's just, you know, you're running around town. The old school ones, you know, you get about 100 miles on a battery. So you'd be
So
okay
at full
for
throttle,
12 miles an hour.
Full throttle
downhill with the wind behind him.
3 laps.
I think we would have to probably have the track put in a plug-in so that we could charge.
Probably.
Have one of those ones that go above the track.
I don't know.
and
I don't.
circle.
You know, I don't think I would ever.
No,
try an
actually,
electric vehicle.
you know, I'm just having
Here,
driven
going around the track like this.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not quiet, but I mean, having driven a derby car before, and you know, I've had a EV for a while. That'd be an interesting.
Tom, you'd have way more luck if you just took out a wind-up clown car out there. I think.
Oh, I think you're mistaken.
Just wind that sucker up.
I think you're mistaken. Even just a junky late model EV off the line, you know, under 40 miles an hour, I'd put it up against most anything.
You know, the one thing I love about opening night of the Derby is your guys' cars look pristine.
Yeah.
Like they look great until the end of the first race.
I like the pretty car competition.
I do too.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know why people would put so much effort into that when they know that the car is going to be completely beat up, if not the first night, then the second.
So a lot of it is we build the car, and when you're building the car, you have to weld on it, you have to torch it, you have to. So if we were to just take a car out there without painting it, it would look like a
Cybertruck.
It wouldn't look very good. It would, you know. So we try to make sure they have a good paint job. That's all it is a paint job.
It's all for the kids. It's not
Yeah.
for us, even though we're giant kids. But
Melody, have you picked out your paint scheme yet? Or what color's your
Yeah, it's black and teal.
black and teal?
Nice.
Andy, what's yours if people are looking for your car?
it's black with lightning on it.
Okay. Josh?
Yeah.
What color? Black and yellow.
Black and yellow?
All
Okay.
right.
Black and yellow.
Melody,
black,
which
yellow, and blue.
Which race are you most looking forward to? Like, I know there's like different, like we did around the track, and then there's like a figure eight.
I
I'm
really
not
like
really
the
a
figure eight, but
That was my.
I'm scared for the figure eight.
Are you?
Yeah.
explain why. I mean,
Yeah.
we know why, but for the listeners who may not know why, explain why that's a challenging race.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kind of scared. I'm also scared for like the first time I go out there. Like I kind of want to make someone go out with me for like an oval.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw someone in your passenger seat.
Yeah.
I'll be behind you.
Yeah.
To spin you out.
He'll be pushing you.
Him out.
Don't do that. Your wagon hurts.
All right. So again, this is May 16th. It's the you guys will be at the Armed Forces Day Parade in the morning, right?
We're gonna try to get a couple cars out there for that.
Okay.
Cool.
And then the event itself is going to be that afternoon, same as last year, right? Get to the park about 2:30.
Yep.
Time trials start about 4.
3. Well, it depends. Depends on when Dennis tells us to get in line.
Yeah. Dennis really runs the place, doesn't he?
Time trial starts in 5 minutes, and we're like,
Time
what the-
trials at 4:30, racing at 5.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you just plan to make an all day of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because and again, like when I go, I want to get there early because I want to be able to get a spot out of the grandstands. Then I want to make sure I can get some food from Crazy Eric's.
I would say you gotta have a crazy Eric.
Yeah, you
Gotta watch
yeah.
the time trials.
You gotta watch the time trials, but
Time trials are the best.
Get down there, get a good seat, then get your food. By the time you've got your food and you got your seat, it's time for the time trials, and you got the main races, and you're good. And it's gravy.
And I love the beer gardens open now.
Was the beer garden open last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can go in and go down and have a beer. The only time it's a problem is if you happen to be wearing a driver's band also. the bartenders freak out a little bit.
Yeah. If you're wearing a band and you're caught with any alcohol or marijuana, or you're in the beer garden, they'll cut your band and they'll escort you off the property.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
That's a lot of it is for our safety.
Right.
Like if Andy was in the beer garden chug-a-lugging all day long and, he sees me in the middle of figure eight drunk, he's going to plow me.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Sober, he may say, oh, I'll hit the rear quarter panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys, I mean, people would argue, well, it doesn't look safe, right? You guys are driving cars into each other and making pretty good contact, especially in the finales. But there's a lot of safety that's put in place that the average fan isn't going to see or understand. That's on the inside of those cars.
Yeah, if we get rear-ended, our gas tank ain't gonna blow up.
Yeah.
We have fill sales.
Even if it's a Pinto.
We got roll cages,
Mm-hmm.
Harnesses.
Yeah.
Some of our bumpers are pretty heavy. So
Your roll cages are extensive too. You guys put a lot of work into those.
Yes.
Man. Every one of your vehicles I've been into, man, it's impressive.
So prices, at least on the website right now, look like they're the same as last year. So I recommend people grab a family pass, because that's 2 adults and up to 3 students. So it'll save you about $20 or so off of the full ticket price if you do the family pass. You get tickets online. You can get tickets when you get there. For the amount of time that you get at the track, the amount of energy you get from the drivers, the kind of the whole interaction with the fans, and then of course Dennis. It's a screaming deal.
Announcer.
It's a screaming deal. I mean, you can't find something else to do for $22 in this county.
Great.
That's going to last you 5 hours, give you a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. It's a really good time, and the crowds out there are great.
It's usually like 7 hours.
Yeah. If you get down there for the time trials and all that, yeah. And the crowds are good.
The event we just ran at the Puyallup Fair, it's like a 2-hour event. That's
Wow.
it.
That's it.
And it was like $44 to get in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So no hate on Slam Fest. I had a blast. I'm gonna do it again next year. But Kitsap definitely has the longer show.
Yeah.
More cars.
And a cheaper price. I mean, adult tickets are $22.
Yeah.
And I can't think of anything else you can do in the county for $22. That's going to give you 5-6 hours of fun in that environment.
Access to a bunch of good food.
Yeah, you access
I
a bunch
can
of good
totally
food.
think of a few things.
Beeler?
Well, elaborate.
You open the can, spill it
Oh,
now.
$22 for 7 hours. What? Come on. What do you got? Just one.
Bag of tacos, 6-pack of beer, and a dude.
But you're
Sounds
We
like a
literally
great
just
time
came
to
from
me.
Taco Bell. So-
I don't
Okay.
think you can get I don't think you can get a Taco Bell stuff for $20 like
I
you used
wasn't
to be
talking.
able to.
I wouldn't get Taco Bell. I don't eat that shit.
What would you get?
I would get some taco.
I need some
Like
birria tacos.
aceitunos.
Some like street taco.
Oh.
Yeah,
something.
aceitunos.
Yeah.
There's that one at Sedgwick that's really good.
Speaking of street tacos, can you hand me my leftover box there?
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, back to our guests. If people want to sponsor you guys, who do they reach out to? Do they reach out to the Derby directly? Do they get a hold of the individual teams? How does that work?
They can get a hold of anybody on our team.
Okay.
Facebook it's just No Spark with our logo.
Our dude.
And then, I mean, if you know us or know our names, find us, add us, talk to us. We'll reach out.
And worst case, they can probably message you through like the KDDA Facebook page. Someone get me in touch with.
Yeah.
Or we could just post the link on the Outlaw page.
I think that's a
That's what I was
great
just about-
idea, Dennis.
That's what I'm doing.
Wow.
What I'm doing right now is I'm going to drop the link in the in our chat for the show. We have a whole bunch of comments, and I got to go look at what
It's
those
probably No Spark, and they're blowing it up.
are. It probably is.
How do you spell that word again?
What word?
Jake
When you were
blowing it
trying to
up.
Yeah, Jake's a big fan.
Jake.
Jake is blowing
Know
it.
Is
your
he from
role.
State Farm?
He's wearing khakis.
I said I took my.
Well, he
glasses
sounds
off,
hideous.
but-
Alex.
Jake is actually one of my best friends, but he just keeps going.
I heard Alex. Is it Costa?
Yeah, said that they would ride with you, Melody.
No thanks.
He's our teammate.
Did you see the look on her face when she realized it was Alex? I said, nah, I don't think so. Sorry, Alex. You've just been rejected on international.
Melody, you might want to be careful because
He don't have a mini car.
I'll put him in a mini car.
Good
You'll
for
be like
him.
Grandma Daisy.
Maybe. Yeah, you're probably right.
Melanie, did you think about driving a big car, or does everybody start with a small car and then
I
work
started
out
big.
from there?
I don't know. I'm just racing what got given to me.
Okay, all right. You're gonna dominate. You know that, right? You're gonna make all these old people completely just like.
They're gonna be like, these young whippersnappers, they come out here with their fancy cars.
My goal is
Wow.
to hopefully let her get Rookie of the Year.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
There's no. She has to.
Jordan said that he'd ride with you too.
Jordan who?
Does it say Robron?
Yeah, thank you.
That's a girl.
Okay.
Oh,
sorry.
she can ride with me. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She called you Mel Mel. Is that the nickname?
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna go by on the track? Are you Mel Mel on the track?
It's what all the kids call me.
Yeah, all the kids.
Yeah, she's 16.
Mel and Joshy. Look at that.
Yeah.
Dennis, remember to refer to her as Mel Mel.
What's your number, Melody?
721.
Okay.
What's your number, Andy?
742.
Josh.
253.
You guys pick your numbers, or are they assigned by the Derby?
We pick them.
You guys pick them.
If it's taken, then we have to find something different.
Okay. All right. All right, guys. First event of the year coming up a week from Saturday. So 2 weeks from yesterday, May 16th. Check them out. They might have a couple of cars at the Armed Forces Day Parade, but really what you're going to want to be at is out at the Kitsap County Fairgrounds and the Thunderbird Arena. It's going to be a good, fun day of stuff. Get there about 2:30, like I said. Pick out your spot.
Drivers are going to be in the Armed Forces Day Parade too.
What's that?
We have KDDA in the Armed Forces Day Parade too.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. So the drivers will be, but not necessarily with their cars. Is that what you're saying, Dennis?
No, there's more than just us going. There's going to be a lot of Kitsap cars there.
Okay. When you said a
like
couple of
mobility.
cars, I was thinking the Derby as a whole. You guys, No Spark specifically is going to try to have a couple cars.
Yeah.
And then other
drivers also.
How many teams are there? How many drivers are there? Do you know?
At least 40, I think.
40 drivers?
Yeah,
Or more.
because there was like 20 to 30 mini cars every night last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, probably I'd say a solid 10 or 15 big cars.
Okay. And Mel's going to do better than like how many of those drivers? There's 40 of them, probably better than 30.
I'm going to say she's going to do better than 25.
Perfect. All right. Krista said, "Love you, daughter." I assume that's your mom. You're going to do great out there, baby girl, she said.
Yeet. Yeet. What did I tell you when you get in the car? What gear do you put it in?
I don't remember.
All the fucking way down and just go.
You don't
Damien said, "All gas, no brakes."
Me.
Yeah. Lori said, "Go Mel."
That's my mom.
Jordan said, "My daughter loves Mel."
Well, way to take over this shit.
Yeah, Mel's a fan favorite already, and she hasn't even raced yet. So, all right, guys, good luck. Are we going to talk with you guys after the
Invite
Sunday
us
after?
back. Well, we got other drivers.
Let's have you guys come. But I'll let you guys figure it out. But let's have you guys come back the Sunday after the race. Let's take a look and see how it went.
Okay.
Hopefully, Mel did really well, and she can come in here and talk some smack.
Yeah, we'll bring her, and we still have
guys have
other drivers that haven't been on the show yet.
Bring them on whenever, man. We'd love to have any.
Awesome.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring more than 3 at a time, just because then it becomes
just
chaotic.
the couch is a little small.
The couch is a little small, unless you guys want to sit on each other's laps. Then that's
We will,
I'm sure you will.
especially if Zach's here.
Yeah, and make sure you give Amanda a hard time for not coming in.
Yeah,
clearly
she
she's
was-
too good for this.
Yeah, she said she was going home. I was like, go.
No, tell her I said she's a slacker.
Oh well.
Guys, we appreciate you. We love you. Stay safe. Like above everything, stay safe. I mean, again, it's a really safe thing, but people do get hurt, right? It is a full contact sport. So you guys stay safe and hopefully the cars hold up for you well. And I'm really glad you guys came in. It was good to see you.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah. And
We appreciate you guys.
No Spark is the official team of Outlaw Radio now.
Yeah, we have to make sure that we promote No Spark Racing on our shows now.
We need to make a commercial for you guys.
Do it.
So that people so that people can become
We'll give you
sponsors.
Spark.
I'm gonna do a KDDA one. Like
Do a KDDA one? Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. We're going to take a break. Guys, thanks again for coming in. You guys have anything else you want to say before we kick this loose? You guys have anything else?
Let's have a good season.
Mel, you want to talk some smack?
No.
No?
Not yet.
She's humble.
Not yet.
Humble.
No? She's just being humble.
We'll see how she is the Sunday after the race, and
See how sore she is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the next day.
That was the one thing I didn't account for. Like
It
I
hurts.
I thought the first time we did one of the Outlaw Invitationals, I thought, okay, might be a little sore from some contact. I did not take into account how sore I was going to be just from the condition of the track.
Yes.
And the ruts and the divots and the bounce.
You don't make any contact, it still hurts.
Yeah, you
His
feel it. The
first
next
race, Kevin didn't make it 100 meters. His car died.
Oh.
So
No,
let him-
my God,
like Alicia's.
I got cheap shotted by Trojo going the wrong direction.
Well, hopefully they'll let you guys run a figure 8 this year.
I really want to.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Can you advocate for us? Would you talk to Amanda?
I mean,
and advocate
on
for us?
play day, technically anybody's allowed to drive the car. So if there's a figure 8 race and one of our cars are up front and it's not the Outlaw Invitational, maybe we'll let you guys.
Oh,
It all comes down to that little sign they put up right before we pull out, right?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
We went through that a couple of years
Yeah, you got to pay attention. It's either a circle
or the 8
or an 8,
right?
Yeah. So the
Nobody
first year
had told
I raced, they told us figure 8, but they expected us to run a oval.
I think you guys should run a figure 8.
I would love to run a figure 8
signage up, right?
because I guarantee you, if we run a figure 8 and I have a chance to take out his quarter panel,
You're
it's
hitting
gone.
somebody.
It's gone.
Hell yeah.
I will spin that sumbitch around.
I have not. I've been in a lot of figure 8s and I've never had that one shot on somebody yet.
Really?
Yep.
Still holding out for it? Like you want to, right? Like
Yeah, and
in a safe way, right?
I
You're
want to
going
hit
for-
somebody. Yeah, I want to hit somebody in the quarter panel.
Yeah.
I don't want to hit their door. I don't, I'm not there to hurt anybody. I'm there to have fun, put on a show. But I have not had that chance. Alex Costa, our other driver, destroyed Damien's car. Square shot right in the passenger door. Slam Fest a couple weeks ago. He got another clean figure 8 shot off on another Kitsap driver, Mark Smith, and it was a clean shot. He hit him so good. Mark Smith's truck spun like 3 times. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
But I'll get that shot sometime.
Paul, it's coming, man.
Math says, statistics says it's coming.
It's coming.
It's just time.
Whether it's
Kevin,
me
keep
getting
telling
hit or me hitting somebody, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Math says so.
Okay.
All right, guys. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
We really do. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for spending some time. Andy,
appreciate you getting Kevin's fuel kind of going. Now he's kind of.
Oh yeah, it's Derby season, baby.
Derby season, man. I love the
Speeding up
Derby.
a bit.
It's
I
Derby
really do.
season.
I really
better
do.
see you at more than just
one
play day.
Well, it's so okay, but listen, here's the truth. I'm working on my masters.
Here it comes.
No, I'm working on my masters, and I've
comes.
got to get homework done and write massive papers. So I'm going to try
On
to.
Saturday evenings.
They're due on Sundays. and
Okay, so get them done Friday,
That's
and I'll
my
see you
plan.
Saturday.
That's my plan.
I thought you graduate in a couple weeks.
No, I graduate this Saturday, but I still have 2 more classes to
Jeez,
do.
who
I
still tries to up their education?
I won't be done with class until the end of August. But then I'll be
Really?
done. What'd you say?
I said, who still tries to up their education?
I'm working on my dissertation right now.
I don't even know what that is.
Kevin thinks he's the smartest, but I have 3 master's degrees and I'm almost a PhD.
And neither one of them hold a candle to me. So I feel it's all good.
She has a PhD and Paul has an STD. Okay, guys.
Player hater degree.
Thank you so much for coming in, guys.
Lucky
we love
there's
you.
electric.
Dennis, he'll take us to a break really quick. And again, No Spark. You can find him on Facebook. Just search for No Spark.
Yep.
Friend him, follow him, support him. If you got a business, you want to get your name out there. How many people come to the average Derby race?
A lot.
A bunch.
Yeah.
A couple thousand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have a captive audience to see your logo, your name of your company, of your business for 5 or 6 hours for a really reasonable investment. So reach out to No Spark, support the Derby, support stuff going on in your own backyard. This is where community happens. Take a break. We come back. We're going to argue some more politics because that's what we do. It's Outlaw Radio.
Are you ready to elevate your spirits? Look no further than Black Rain Spirits, your local craft distillery nestled in Town Square Mall. Indulge in the smooth richness of our handcrafted spirits, meticulously distilled to perfection. Whether you prefer the bold kick of our bourbon or the subtle sophistication of our gin, Black Rain Spirits has something for every palate. Visit us today at Town Square Mall and experience the essence of true craftsmanship. Black Rain Spirits, where passion meets perfection, unconventionally traditional.
This episode of Outlaw Radio Network brought to you by Destination Highway 420 in Bremerton. If you're looking for a knowledgeable cannabis shop with a great local vibe, check out Destination Highway 420. They offer a wide selection of Washington State cannabis products, including flower, pre-rolls, edibles, and concentrates from trusted producers across the state. Their friendly staff can help you find exactly what you're looking for in a relaxed, welcoming environment. Visit Destination Highway 420 at 1225 Hollis Street in Bremerton. Must be 21 years or older with valid ID.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Cats are masters at using up their 9 lives, like chasing laser pointers into walls or jumping onto high shelves. But the one thing cats never do, text while driving. So be like a cat and protect your one and only life. Don't text and drive.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
On a recent episode of the Outlaw Radio Network,
Some of our listeners even appreciated you dumbing it down for them. So, on behalf of
sometimes
Paul,
I have to
thank you.
mansplain for people like. By the way, mansplaining is when men explain things to a woman in a condescending tone. I just mansplained.
That's the Outlaw Radio Network Sunday night at their new time from 6 to 10.
This episode of Outlaw Radio Network brought to you by Destination Highway 420 in Bremerton. If you're looking for a knowledgeable cannabis shop with a great local vibe, check out Destination Highway 420. They offer a wide selection of Washington State cannabis products, including flower, pre-rolls, edibles, and concentrates from trusted producers across the state. Their friendly staff can help you find exactly what you're looking for in a relaxed, welcoming environment. Visit Destination Highway 420 at 1225 Hollis Street in Bremerton. Must be 21 years or older with valid ID.
You're listening to the Outlaw Radio Network, powered by our friends at Destination Highway 420, Kitsap County's premier stop for premium selection. Find your destination today, 21 and over.
This is Spike Cohen. This is Jesse Young.
I'm Brandy Cruz, host of the Undivided Podcast.
And you're listening to
my friends on the
Outlaw Radio Network.
All right, it's Outlaw Radio 820.com. By the way, tomorrow is the big Star Wars holiday. May the 4th be with you.
Pass it on.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Kev. How you
Good
doing,
to see you, buddy. I want to apologize.
For the STD joke? Yeah, you owe it.
I should not be
really
sharing your HIPAA information during the show.
That was
so
a truly
I
tasteless joke, my brother.
I apologize.
I would never, ever say anything about you and STDs and women or men.
I think you have said.
No, I've
worse than that
never,
about
ever
me.
suggested you
Even
got an
worse than
STD
that
from a
about
woman.
me. I think
No,
you have.
I haven't, and I wouldn't do that. I got too much respect for you. Worst I've ever done is talk about you having sex against the fence at the park with the girl with 2 eyes, one look in each direction.
What the fuck?
That's the worst I've ever said.
You never heard that story, Beeler?
She was a 2-bagger?
No, she had a googly eye.
Her eyes, one looked one direction, one looked the other.
I don't think I've heard that story.
Her name was Holly. Yeah.
I'm kind of glad. I don't really ever want to hear stories like that again.
You're missing
about
out.
Kevin.
You're really just missing out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Should we get back to some politics stuff
Let's
now?
do it, brother.
All right. Do we want to talk about Trump?
Well, let me
We're
just
gonna talk
read
about
this.
Democrats.
I just want to read this comment. Sorry, Alicia, you let Kevin sound smarter than you. I just think that's important for you to file away.
On what?
Wow.
I don't know, dear.
Jake said that in chat.
I'm just saying.
Hey, Jake, suck a dick.
Yeah, that'll certainly help with the
Yeah, in that moment,
process.
Jake, I guarantee you, at that moment, Jake was like, "Oh my gosh, I've seen the error of my ways. I shall never think such a thing again."
Listen, and I will say this with, I'm going to say this. This is going to sound like I'm sucking up or being nice to my co-hosts, and that's not what this is about. But the truth of the matter is that when it comes to just raw, pure intelligence, Kevin's one of those people that has educated himself for most of his life, and in a lot of ways, I think it's to make up for some personal shortcomings. But that's just my impression. Whereas Alicia over here is a professor at a college. So I listen, and those who can, they do it, man. And those who can't teach. So just remember
That's great.
those little bits I'm just kidding, you guys. I love you both.
That is amazing. I'm so happy with you, Paul. Thank you. All right, we're gonna talk.
By the way, we need to talk about painting your house, brother.
Well, Dennis,
at least your deck, it's in bad shape.
The front deck,
the back. Well, it depends on what do you consider.
Can
the
you
front
do
or back.
this after the show?
Yes, we can. But hey,
well, I'm about to replace the railing on the back deck, which is why I haven't painted it. I'm about to replace all of that.
All right.
And the front deck, the ramp. I'm going to tear the ramp out. Actually,
you're going to tear the ramp out. You don't need it.
No, I don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to build a full deck across the whole front.
Gotcha.
Of the house. Yeah, it'll
Good
be
idea.
Nice big like Southern style deck. We put a couple rocking chairs out there. It'll be great. Okay. I don't know. Hey, Tom. Would you ask Dennis to come back in here? I need him to. Okay, I need him to unmute something. So we're going to talk really quick about the Democrats, and don't worry, folks, because we're going to talk about Republicans too later.
Can we start with our local?
Do you want to go local?
I'm asking you, brother. You're driving the bus. If you want to go national stuff, that's fine too. It don't matter. We're going to get to it no matter what.
No, it's all going to be kind of local. But but you've got. I know you want to talk about Tara. I want to talk about the wonderful mayor of Seattle. So let me play her comment first.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into Tara, and then we can title because it's all kind of local.
Did you guys all saw her interview on Channel 5, right?
Yeah.
Did you get
Wilson?
I totally got the impression it was like a behind the scenes moment from The Wizard of Oz, like somebody pulled the curtain back, like I'm up to tea, the wizard. No, right? I mean, it's funny.
Well, so I'm going to play the end of that. I'm not going to play the whole interview, but she's talking with
because it was pointless.
She's talking with Christopher Daniels, and Christopher Daniels, one of the King 5 guys. And I'm going to share a thought about this in a second. Hold on, let me bring this up here real quick. Give me just a moment. So he was talking to her. This is off of Ari Hoffman's Facebook page, which is where I'm getting it from. So, you guys can see the whole page. Let's see
what's her is her last name Wilson? Is it Katie Wilson? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Listen, I was just listening to this young lady who had escaped North Korea, and she was talking about how concerned she is with this country because of the rise of people like Mamdani and Katie Wilson, and a few others. And she's like, I get it. You're in college. It's chic. It's cool to be, I'm a communist. And she's like, it's not cool. You're a moron. You need to rethink what you are your thought process. And she pointed out, 70 million people were killed during World War II. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that,
70 million, huh?
People, what? I'm quoting her. I don't know how many people were killed. Do you?
6 million.
6 million.
No, 6 million Jews.
Jews?
Yeah.
But 70 million people died during World War II. China, Japan, Russia, Germany, France, right? I mean, we're talking a wide spectrum, right?
Okay.
Anyway, her point was, but over 170 million people died since the early 1900s as a result of communism, right? Mao Zedong, the Bolshevik Revolution, and so on and so forth. And she wants, her last name is Park. Like I said, she escaped from North Korea, and she ended up going to, I think it was Columbia University and stuff. And she's just traveling around on the speaking circuit. And she just wants people to, especially the younger generation, understand these things that you're advocating for, right? Communism, socialism, the ideas behind the progressive left. Her point is really valid. And when a person comes from that world, you'd have to be an idiot not to give her the credence that she's due, so that's and Katie Wilson, man, holy shit.
She's an idiot.
I'm glad that you feel that way, because I kind of feel that way too, but I feel like I don't see enough of her to truly, like, maybe she's brilliant. Maybe she's brilliant. Is it possible she's brilliant?
I get this I get this big vibe of like naivety from her. Like she
why? I mean, just because she's never held a job?
Yeah, I mean, that might be a huge part of it, but
because up until a few months ago she lived at home.
I don't think she's ever really experienced the real world.
But that's the problem, right? You call it naivety. I think of naivety as kind of like innocent and
Kevin, you're working on your master's degree. It's naivete.
Whatever. Well, I think of it as innocent and cute and endearing, right? She's not. She doesn't have naivete. She has dumb fuckery is what she has. She is dumb as a box of rocks.
It's just a gross lack of experience.
100%, brother.
That's really
no. Hold on,
You
Tom.
don't think so?
No, you're right. It is an experience, but
Tom's
at her
right.
age,
It's a gross
but at
cycle.
her age, you don't have a lack of experience unless you've actively made a decision not to have any experience.
Sure.
Like,
no, I'm not
in the real world, paying your own bills, having a job, doing something productive with their life. You don't make it to the age of her unless you've actively tried to avoid doing any of that. How old is she?
She's 34 or something like that.
What is her name? Katie Wilson?
Katie Wilson. She's like 34, 36.
She's 43.
What, really? Oh my God.
She's 40 effing 3 years old. She's never had a job. Her parents still paid for her childcare.
That's insane.
And this is the Looney Tune dimwittle that's running the largest city in the state. The 12th or 13th largest city in the nation. This is who you guys chose. My God.
Seriously, put the crack pipe down. For
My
real.
God. Okay, so listen, I'm going to play this. Sometimes we have issues with these clips playing, so I hope we don't have an issue with this. If we do, guys, let us know in chat. Tawny said she's been folded by her father's ideology. I don't debate that. She had to have been molded by her parents' ideology because she never left the house.
She couldn't have.
When you live in the basement, when you live in your parents' basement your whole life, you don't really have a lot of influences. Besides that, and reading Mao Zedong on the internet. Okay, hold on. So Christopher Daniels is interviewing her. He decides, like a good reporter should, that he's actually going to ask her a question about something that recently happened, which was a shooting that took place not far from where she was having a appearance.
Yeah.
Okay. And so hopefully you guys can hear this. This is Christopher Daniels trying to ask her a reasonable question, which is rare for the Seattle media. Here you go. Oh, I hope so if I'm on the right tab and hit play. Here we go.
I wouldn't be an excellent reporter if I didn't ask you. It's been an eventful week, and I think people are concerned about you. How do you feel after Tuesday, after what happened, what transpired?
I'm doing great. Got a great team supporting me, and I'll just say, we don't have any indication that that shooting was targeted or anything like that. So I think it's a reminder of how much work we have to do as a city on gun violence, but I'm doing fine.
And the last question would be related to that. I talked to people in that neighborhood who said that. Hold on. It's just one last question. People in that community who are concerned that there's been rising gun violence and that there should be more surveillance cameras and that kind of thing. That's obviously been an issue that you weighed in on. Does that change it? Does that change your perspective at all?
Let's keep it on. Yeah, let's keep it on the topic.
But does that change your perspective at all on the issue of surveillance cameras based on what you went through on Tuesday?
So we, yeah.
Appreciate it, but let's keep it on topic. Okay. She's about to answer the question though.
He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks
and then he talks about it a little bit, and then listen, Christopher Daniels is right? Like that is a valid question. Earlier in the week, there was a shooting in the area that she was at, where she felt like, at least initially, she could have been a target. Right now, it turns out that they don't believe that she was, but she was in the area. And Daniel's asking, listen, you're in a neighborhood where those neighbors have been complaining about rising gun violence. Has it changed your thought on surveillance cameras and stuff like that? And rather than just give an answer, she stands there with a deer in the headlight look, and one of her staff members has to rescue her. Who's running the city of Seattle? Is it Katie Wilson, or is it her handlers? Is it her staff? That's what I'd like to know.
Listen, she clearly looked over at her staff member.
Yeah, save me.
And that was a save me look, right?
Yeah.
And he did it. And the worst part about it is, to me, is that it's such an easy question to answer, right? I mean, all she had to do was say, hey, you know what? Those are reasonable questions. We should have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Like there were so many easy ways to answer that without even giving an answer, for God's sake.
Right.
And yet, no. Like you're his point, she was going to answer the question. Yeah, but let's keep it on topic. I'm a reporter in her city. The topic is whatever the fuck I ask her about.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how that works. You're accountable. That's the Fourth Estate's responsibility. And God bless him. We don't see that enough. And
but he'll never get another interview with her again. The mayor's
I don't know
office,
enough about that.
No, the mayor's
that
office will
interaction.
make sure he never gets an interview with her again.
It's sad.
They won't go public with it, but every request will go unanswered.
Well,
because I guarantee you, Brandy Cruz
behind the scenes. Listen to that whole behind the scenes interaction, because he literally goes on to say later on in that after interview interaction to one of her staff members, "Oh, you know what? Nope, we're going to have a conversation about this. Call me and set up an appointment." And he's like, "You never answer your phone."
No, he said call somebody else, and they never answer their phone.
Yeah, and so you can tell this is an issue. This was one of those moments where a reporter finally got a chance. He's exasperated, finally gets a chance to get in front of her, decides to ask her not a tough question, just a normal question, and couldn't handle it.
And the fact that he released the video of that is going to further guarantee he'll never get an interview with her again.
Well, I don't know that was. I don't know who took that video.
Somebody at King 5 had to have released the video. If it's not Christopher Daniels, then it was somebody else at King 5. That was a King 5 camera.
Unless it was live. Was it live?
I don't know. I'm just saying
that's a good
somebody was standing there holding the phone recording it. I don't know who that was. But I'm just
because of small independent journalism and stuff, do you think this is going to turn into something that she might get dogpiled on about? People asking real questions?
That was kind of my thought, Tom, because this is the first time I've seen anybody in the Seattle media, mainstream media, try to hold her to any question.
Right.
So
Usually softball it.
Yeah. And so my wondering is if this is going to become a trend. If some of the Seattle media is receiving enough pressure from their sponsors and advertisers who are business that see the direction that the city is going, that see how things are trending, and they're telling King 5 or Cairo or Como, hey, like, we know you guys are up the ass of these Democrat lawmakers, but can you ask questions and advocate for us a little bit? Because if we leave town, our advertising dollars go with us. Maybe Tom, maybe you're right. Maybe there is a. What are you laughing about?
Just a side question, had nothing to do with this question.
You guys.
Yeah, it was nothing to do with you. So
Oh, Christopher Daniels works for Como. Sorry, thank you, Robert. It was Como. But no, Tom, to answer your question, it could be, if this is indicative of a trend of the media, that they're getting pressure from advertisers and sponsors.
So,
but I'd have to see more than just this.
Right. And I'm not even thinking about, like mainstream media. I'm thinking about small independent stuff, like us.
Well, Brandy's been all over them, and she has circles in conservative windows, but she hasn't gained any steam. Who's that other guy? I don't mean this racist, but the Asian guy that's
Andy.
Jonathan Cho.
Jonathan Cho.
Yeah.
Jonathan Cho's been all over this mayoral administration, and the last one, and the last one, and the last one. I don't think it's going to pick up any steam until the mainstream Seattle media starts to report on some of this stuff. I think that's when it will start. Is if they start to feel pressure from their sponsors and advertisers to dig into this a little bit more and quit being so complicit in letting the agenda roll.
That's a fair thought.
I'm trying to find somebody just leaked video from a private event she was at where they were talking about Starbucks leaving and millionaires leaving and stuff like that, and she laughed about it.
Yeah,
and I'm just trying to find
as a city leader, she had a really shitty attitude about it.
She's a fucking communist.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think that you're right, Tom. And to me,
I mean, just
it's the idea, communism, socialism. Listen, communism is the final stage of socialism, right?
Sure.
But it's an anathema to capitalism. And the people that want to bring this level of governance to anywhere in America, right? Like, I have to seriously not only scratch my head over it, but scratch my head over the people that support them.
It's never worked.
It's never worked. That's right. And here's the worst part about it. It's like, you look at somebody who's, I'm going to vote for Katie Wilson, or I'm going to vote for Zoran Mamdani. And, you just want to grab them by the nose and be like, and what the fuck makes you think it's going to be different this time? Like, if you lived in a utopian, perfect world where money didn't exist and we were all angelic beings, great. Maybe it'd work.
But that doesn't adhere to, like, human nature.
Correct.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
And as an anthropologist, you are well aware. You understand human nature.
It doesn't work.
Well, hold on. I'm going to disagree with you and say it does work.
What?
The idea
For-
of
hold on.
communism and
Yes.
socialism.
It works for the people in charge. It works for the top.
Actually,
and it works for the top.
Actually, even that is false.
Is it?
If you go back to some of the earliest instances of attempted socialism, here on our shores, 1640, I think it was 1641, right around the time of the Roanoke colony,
Mhm.
there was an attempt at a socialist existence for a small community.
Mhm.
And the first year or two, they struggled. They did not make it because the idea was everyone was going to work the same fields together.
Yeah.
Everyone was going to share the yields, etc. It was the truest instance of socialism you could get, and it failed miserably.
Yeah, but if we look at Russia and we look at China and we look at North Korea, the ruling class is uber successful in communist doctrines.
Right.
If we look in a lot of Europe, the ruling class does very well in socialist doctrines. It's the average people, the normal working class, the populace that struggle. So, and I'm not sticking up for it. I'm just saying there are some people getting effing rich in communist and socialist society. That's what's happening in Seattle.
But you have to have a huge entity for that to happen,
right?
Because this colony in 1640, I want to say 1641. I could be wrong on the date, but when they finally went to, okay, everyone's going to get their own homestead, their own shares, their own little slice of home, the colony thrived because people were working for themselves, not for a collective.
Yeah, I don't want to work for somebody else. I barely want to work for myself.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
I'm barely motivated to get him to go to work as it is, let alone trying to do it so that Paul can have a free paycheck. That's how people feel about it, right? I'm going to work my ass off and somebody else is going to slough and I'm going to have to earn for both of us because they're not going to do it.
Right.
Well, when we interviewed Doc's brother.
Yeah.
Right. And I asked him the question that,
good guy, by the way. I like that.
Wesley.
Great interview. We had so much good feedback.
No, it was a great show.
The question that was posed by the famous economics philosopher whose name escapes me at the moment, but I asked him with that just the idea of socialism, right? Katie Wilson, Zoran Mamdani, this new clutch of people with these new ideas, right? There's never a single one of them, and he was the same way last week when I asked him, how much is fair? How much of what I have earned do you have the right to take?
Right. Yeah.
You can never answer that question because there's no answer to it. Zero is the only real answer.
No, to them, the answer is 100%.
And that's where the problem comes in,
they won't say it out loud,
right?
Because of how that will sell.
Correct.
What the goal is, you tell me if I'm wrong. What the goal is to disenfranchise enough of the population that they are all dependent upon the government and dependent upon the subsidies. So then they vote for the party that's giving them the subsidies, so that the party that's giving them the subsidies looks like the hero.
So it's the Cloward and Piven strategy that we talked about all those years ago, right? Crash the system from within. Get enough people dependent on it so that you can crash it and remake it in your socialist utopian image.
When did they live?
They were in the 60s and 70s.
60s and 70s. They're both gone now, right?
I would assume so.
Okay.
But you never know, dude. I mean, new drugs, new medicines.
Tawny said in a communist society, that's selfish, are the only ones that rise up, and then they hold that power. That's why the altruistic model never works. No, exactly.
Well, in actual communism, the idea is that somebody is supposed to be in charge to pull it all together, but after the system gets going, the person in charge is supposed to return it to the people and step away. That's the part that never happens.
So tell me so the comment made by Tawny is that Katie Wilson is into altruistic biology, and tell me if I
think she said her dad was into altruistic biology.
Yeah, a group of people making decisions, not just one. And I think that's her point that she was making about Katie. So, Tawny, you'll have to tell me if I understood you correctly or not. And listen, I'm just going to say this, and I'm not saying this to be sexist, but if you can't fucking make a decision by yourself, don't procreate.
Well, don't run for office, at least, right? We didn't elect her handlers to be the mayor.
Right.
We elected her. We none of us voted because we're not in Seattle, but they didn't vote for her handlers to be the mayor. They voted for her to be the mayor, which is literally the stupidest decision I've ever heard of in my life.
Yes, I'm there with you, brother.
I would argue Mom Dami is a better mayor than she is.
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far.
And here's why.
I'd call them equivalent.
Here's why.
Okay.
Because at least Mom Dami will go on record and make a decision and say what he's doing.
Hell, he'll meet with Donald Trump.
Yeah. Wilson doesn't do anything. She literally goes to all the things that are all the cool things like Mariner games and Seahawks training camp and all that, to the Seahawks parade, and do these softball little interviews. But she's not going to. Mom Dami at least will field some crappy questions.
Right.
She won't even do that.
Clearly,
I mean, she's
highly insulated right now, and I think that's as a result of her lack of experience, her lack of judgment, her lack of clearly being able to answer questions in a cognizant way.
She's Seattle's Tara Simmons.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
She's Seattle's Tara Simmons.
I'm going to say this one of Kevin's most brilliant statements ever.
So do you...
You said something mean to me. I'm not going to answer your questions. I don't want to go on record for anything. I'm just going to show up and do my job, and I'm not going to tell anybody what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to field anything. And how dare you ask me something that wasn't pre-approved ahead of time? And how dare you insinuate that I answered anybody? I'm the goddamn mayor. I don't have to answer to you schmucks.
How long has she been in office now?
Since January.
Okay. Yeah. How long do you think she'll make it into her term?
She'll do all 4 years.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's why.
Okay.
Because she's not the one running things.
Right.
The people behind her are, and they'll prop her up like Joe Biden. They tried to prop up Joe Biden. The difference is Katie Wilson doesn't have dementia. So they'll be able to keep her up for 4 years. I think she'll get resoundingly slaughtered in the next election. Like, I don't even believe the people of Seattle are stupid enough to revote for her again. Not after watching this. No, not after watching this.
I hope that you're right. I do not have the faith in the people of Seattle that you do. They put her in there in the first place, knowing she was 43 and never had a job.
They wanted to believe in her story.
So
which means enough of them are naive and stupid enough to think that it was a good choice,
right?
But to put her in office,
right? But now, I mean, I guess the cream of that group of idiots, the ones that rise to the top. Kevin's trying to kill us. So glad I'm not sitting there. The cream that rises to the top of that carton of milk, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
becomes gaseous and expels itself through the anal cavity.
No, that's Kevin. But I mean, that cream is observing the fact that big business is leaving Seattle.
Yep. Well, you hear what she said when they talked about the millionaires are leaving? She laughed and said, well, I don't really believe any of them are really going to go. And the ones that do, see ya.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, does anybody think that Seattle can survive without having a class of millionaires that live there that make the money and invest the money and build the businesses and hire people? No, they can't.
The people with the money can also afford to pack up and leave easily.
Easily.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, and remember, she's in favor of raising or basically providing a penalty for landlords that have empty properties.
Yeah.
What's interested. I'll be interested to see if the next thing she brings up as a way to help with the homeless problem. Well, instead of you paying these extra high taxes for having vacant property, turn it into a homeless encampment. Oh, that old CVS pharmacy that can fit 200 homeless people. Why not?
Well, and on its face, it's a brilliant idea. You have an empty property that's not being used. It's a brilliant idea until you realize how much money the city's going to have to spend to staff it, provide security, patrol it, try to keep drugs out. More people are going to get arrested because they're going to be caught with drugs because they're going to be
how much money is going to take to repair it whenever they move them out. And how, if you're a landlord, how would you rent a place out that was full of homeless people? Well,
look at the Midway Inn in Bremerton. Have you been by there lately? They're still trying to rehab that place to open it back up as a hotel.
Yeah.
After they did all the homeless people there during COVID.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not knocking homeless people, right? Like, I think there's some serious people that are homeless that are in a bad spot financially or whatever. Things have happened. That's not what I'm talking about. But there are a lot of people that are homeless that have either drug abuse issues or mental health issues, or they just want to F the system. And the reason why they can't just rehab out the Midway is because they were doing questionable drugs in those places. Like the tests on the walls, the wall samples were horrible.
People don't understand if you use meth in a room, you can't just go in and wipe the walls clean. You got to replace the drywall.
Yep.
You got to do everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And if there's insulation in the walls, you got to get the insulation out too, because it'll go right through that drywall.
Depending upon the depth of, the length of, and the flooring and
yeah.
I mean, you got the building down to bare studs.
And they're still working on that building.
Yeah.
And that was that wasn't, I won't say nice hotel, but that wasn't a bad hotel before the whole thing started.
It's 3.5 stars.
Yeah, the contractor, the Navy used it for contractors.
Yeah.
You know,
3.5.
they had a good run.
Yeah.
And I know that COVID was horrible and killed a lot of businesses. I don't fault them for doing what they had to do to survive as a business because of what the system had done to F with their ability to have regular people come stay at their hotel. And the government is footing the bill to rehab the place. And they're probably paying them for all the lost revenue that they're not making while they're rehabbing it.
Well, doing something, I'm sure. But
so if I'm the owner,
people that lost their jobs, that aren't getting to work during this entire remodel process, you know?
Yeah. I mean, housekeeping staff, front desk staff, maintenance, all of that. But if I'm the owner of the Midway, life is good. I got a business. I'm getting a supplemental check. I don't have to do anything for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, life is fine for them.
It's probably stress.
Oh, would you be stressed? Honestly,
yes.
You have a hotel. Hold on. You have a hotel.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how long it takes. You're just going to get a regular paycheck from the state. You don't have to. What are you going to be stressed about? I'm not going to be stressed about a damn thing. I'm going to be traveling.
Because if you got a full hotel, you're making $30,000 a month in pure profit. If you've got a hotel that it's being renovated and you're getting this check, you're probably getting 8 or 9.
Oh,
you're not going to get the full.
No, I guarantee you they're giving them the full. I guarantee you that they made them provide record receipts of what they earned in normal calendar years up before COVID. So they had a cost line basis. They averaged it out and they said, this is what we're going to give you. And he said, sign me up. And I would do it too.
I just want to say, I fucking hate everybody who's in here eating right now. You guys suck. Okay, continue.
Why?
Because you're fucking eating and I'm hungry. That's why, dick. Okay. No, like, no, it's okay. For what? So we're in the mall and somebody's giving away free pasta salad. And you're like, go eat it. Huh?
So whine about it.
Yeah, Paul, she was not telling you to whine about it. She was talking about the name of the business.
I know what she
I thought you were telling Paul, whine about it.
I know what she meant. Amber, you want to go get some free pasta?
John Walker said at least the socialist mayor of New York had charisma. She's got the personality of a doorknob. By the way, if you're Bruce Harrell,
he's got a point.
But if you're Bruce Harrell, the former mayor of Seattle that lost to her in the election, I'm surprised he hasn't. I'm not advocating for this, but I'm surprised he hasn't harmed himself. Like at this point, I would just be like, my life is over. I need to go into the greenhouse like Kurt Cobain with a shotgun. I'm done. I give up. I lost to her. I didn't lose to somebody with charisma or charm or skills or experience
or good ideas.
I lost to somebody that never had a job in their life and couldn't even pay their own child care. Their parents had to do it. I would eat a bullet.
Would that make you reconsider your I guess political affiliations?
What do you mean?
Would that make you kind of step back and take a look at, because I mean Bruce was kind of progressive. I mean not as crazy as Wilson, but Bruce was kind of progressive.
In Seattle, it wouldn't cause me to change my political affiliation.
It wouldn't make you step back and
no,
look
why?
at, just reconsider your political leanings.
No, you know why?
No,
because in the city of Seattle, they wanted more progressive, not left, not less. So if I'm Bruce Harrell, I'm like, crap, I might need to reconsider my stuff. The only way to reconsider to make him viable as a candidate is going to be to go further left.
Yeah,
because he just got beat by a Wheaties box,
right? But if he looks in that direction and goes, Jesus, this is what people want,
If I'm Bruce Harrell, I'm moving.
Okay, yeah,
but I'm not going to reconsider my political leanings because I lost to Katie Wilson. Because the only thing that losing to Katie Wilson tells me is I need to become more progressive and more leftist if I want to win a race in the city.
So let's move on.
He lost. Hold on. He lost to someone with the intelligence quotient of a Wheaties box.
No, I understand that.
In fact, I think a Wheaties box is probably smarter.
Probably. Yeah, which is why I'm just asking the question. Would that make you reconsider your political leanings and say this is the direction these idiots are going. Maybe I need to stop and think about my life choices.
Maybe. A couple comments in chat, and then Paulie, you're going to change it up. A couple comments in chat. Kevin Nelson, a few apartments in my building had to be gutted due to meth heads living in those units.
That happens.
John said at least the socialist. Oh, I already read that. Terry said Midway Motel needs to be donated to the fire department. Let's raise it to the ground. That and the old Tropic Blast building right next door to it. Like
the what?
It used to be Black Angus back in the day. I DJed there for a long time. But nothing's going to go.
Sure, anything's happening with that building.
No, nothing's ever.
There hasn't been anything in there in years.
That building is trashed. That building is not habitable.
Our first date was in that building. It means
yours and Amber's was. Yeah. Don't take a black light in there. All right. Tawny said we should help them camp on Bainbridge, close to the former governor area. Yeah, Bainbridge would not want them. They're too rich and too liberal. And Jake said ain't much privacy in King County, but Olympia, Thurston County, you can own a lot of land. I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. All right, Paul, go ahead.
Oh, hold it. No, you were created on or corrected on the Wheaties box.
Terry said more like a box of Cocoa Puffs. Okay,
there you go.
Silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
Okay, just checking. We're done. We're cool. Okay.
So Beeler, what do you think about? I'm sorry, go Paul. Go ahead. Go ahead, Paul.
I know you eat Kevin, but it makes me feel weird to call you Dick. Here's the thing,
Paul. I'm just going to stare at you as I eat my dinner. Go ahead.
Make sure you smack really loud too.
Ew, please don't.
In the headphones.
So we're talking about the Democrats, and so I wanted to bring this up because I saw this posted on Facebook a day and a half ago, and it takes a lot in politics today, local politics, for me to go, what the fuck, right? But this did it. This had me wondering what the. So. Post made by Representative Tara Simmons. Beginning May 4th, 2026, this Facebook page will not be updated until certification of the November general election. If she had said, actually, you know what? I'm going to read it all first before I make any comments. Okay. So then she goes on to say, during an election year, there are certain restrictions on my communications to ensure no state resources are used for election purposes. One of these restrictions is a freeze on this Facebook page, which means this page is also unable to accept comments during this period. Despite these restrictions being in place, if you have any questions or comments about the legislative issues, please feel free to continue to contact me using the link below. Thank you, Representative Tara Simmons.
Isn't that some shit?
First of all, she didn't put a fucking link. There was no link.
No link.
Second of all, it's a bold-faced lie. It is a free public fucking Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
There are no resources expended on anything to
Can I ask
do.
you a question?
Jim Walsh posted the same thing though.
Well, in the research that I did,
yeah,
I found nothing.
He did. He posted that today.
Posted what?
The same statement.
Something's not
I wonder if something came out of the ethics board that said
because you're not expending any fucking money for a free Facebook page.
Well, hold on. You're not spending money on a Facebook page, but are you spending money by having staff monitor it, maintain it, upkeep it, respond to comments, handle correspondence?
That sounds like a personal issue within your own business model.
Yeah,
because if you're a rep, I would hope that any representative that's making posts or answering comments is doing so of their own accord.
Here's what Jim Walsh said. He said, beginning Monday, May 4th, election year restrictions will limit regular legislative communications from my office, including posts like this, until after the November general election results are certified by the Secretary of State, unless a special session is called. That said, these rules do not prevent you from reaching out to me. I will continue serving as your state representative year-round, and my office remains open. So that's what Republican Jim Walsh said. So I wonder if something came down through the ethics panel that basically lit a fire to these guys.
I don't want to rule out that something came down, but I did the research and vetted this. I could find nothing. There's no RCW. There's no law. There's nothing that prevents them from doing this. In fact, for most people, it's the only way they have of knowing what their elected representative is doing. So to say we can't talk to you, we can't use because it might be using state resources. You motherfuckers are giving away how many millions of dollars to daycare centers?
When did that go into effect?
So hold on, I'm looking at this. So I just did a quick Google search.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to read what AI gave me, and I'll do some more research while you're chatting. Washington state representatives freeze or shut down their official legislative Facebook pages during election years.
The older people, I know you're getting a little edgy right now, but you better get
You're
it.
playing something. Okay, thank you. Okay. During election years to comply with ethics rules that forbid using state resources for campaign purposes. These shutdowns, which include freezing updates and disabling comments, typically start in early May and last until after the general elections to ensure compliance. Key reasons. Election year restrictions. State laws prohibit the use of public resources, including staff-managed social media, for election-related activity requiring a freeze on official accounts. Preventing ethical violations. The Legislative Ethics Boards enforces these restrictions to ensure legislative channels are not used for campaigning. Legal compliance. The state has previously taken action against Facebook, Meta, regarding political advertising transparency laws, contributing to a more cautious approach to managing official political advertisements on the platform. So Beeler, you're really smart on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What I believe they're saying is since you're using your Facebook pages to talk about legislative stuff, you can't use your Facebook pages to talk about your reelection because you're managing that through the same channels as where you're discussing your legislative stuff, and they have to be separate. It is my guess. I'm not saying it's right, but that's just kind of what
I'm
feel.
guessing they don't want the representatives touting their wins because it's during an election year. I don't know when this came about. I don't remember this ever before, so I'm not really sure.
This has never been the case before. Whatever this is about, it's from this legislative session, and based on Tara's statement, based on Jim Walsh's statement, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
As of January, never mind.
There is no way, because Tara, for one, has made a big deal out of how she puts the stuff on that Facebook page on the state rep. And if you're a state rep, I expect you to communicate with me.
Right.
And I expect if I have a question about anything that I can go to a public forum.
I would say they're still able to use their personal pages. They're just not able to give these legislative updates on their legislative page.
To your point, you're not fucking smart enough to be a representative if you don't know what making a political statement is like. I'm sorry. It's fucking Facebook. It's free.
Yeah.
This is not acceptable. What this is a shield or a curtain to hide behind so that the people who voted in the largest tax increase in our state's history and robbed $4 billion from the firefighters and policemen, who tried to make it so that you couldn't fucking elect a sheriff that they didn't like. This is people who don't want to be accountable. That's what this is. There is no other goddamn excuse for this.
Right.
You're telling me that every state
you.
representative can now just gets to sit back and say, yeah, sorry. The only way you had to touch base with me or know what I was doing was this, and it's election season, so I'm going to ignore it. Hell no. That is not an acceptable excuse and shouldn't be acceptable to any constituent in this state.
I think
We didn't to any of you, is that statement an acceptable excuse? Just sit and think about it.
I'll answer really quick.
Go ahead.
No, it's not. And it gets back to what we've seen specifically out of Democrats, although Republicans have done it too. This idea that we're just going to insulate ourselves from the question. If we don't have to answer the questions, we're not going to. If we can keep from putting our foot in our mouth and saying something dumb or being held accountable to something that we said, we're going to take it. And so I agree with you, Paul, that this was done by the Democrats in order to limit their exposure, to limit their risk. But I don't.
Their risk is a brilliant statement on your part.
Yeah.
I think that's it right there.
But I don't. In this case, and I think she's a whack-a-mole. I don't blame Tara Simmons for it because Jim Walsh, as a Republican, posted the exact same thing.
Agreed.
This is something that was done by the Democratic Party through Olympia at some point to shield them. Would be my guess. And I would love to get Travis Couture to come on. We can ask him about it.
So why don't you Google right now and see when it came about?
I got to go.
Tegan just threw it in chat. It's RCW 4252-185.
Do you know when it went into effect, Tegan? If you could post that, let me know. I'll do some work on it. Hold on.
My response to that is slavery was legal too. Not everything legislatures do. Look at the law they tried to pass with regards to the sheriffs.
Yes.
Which, by the way, was struck down in
Yes.
Kingston County Supreme Court.
Thank goodness, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which goes back to Tara Simmons' ridiculous statement a month ago about how there was only one person running in the election for Kitsap County
Yeah,
Sheriff.
she's an idiot.
Right?
According to a very quick Google search, it was updated in 2017.
Seriously.
Listen, something else is going on. We've been doing radio 26 years.
I've never heard
No
of it
elected
before.
rep has ever done this
that.
before.
No, I haven't either.
They've never posted anything like this. Because if this is the case, right? Why the hell do they have a date of May 4th? That sounds
because May 4th is the beginning of filing season.
No. What I'm saying, so you're telling me that it's an acceptable excuse for them to say, well, as soon as you can file, we can't use our
Hold on.
Facebook page.
Keep in mind, I'm not making a judgment call
I know
on
you're not.
acceptability, but I'm saying what they're doing is they're saying when filing season opens, that is the official act of election season. That is when election season starts. So they've drawn the line from here's where it starts and it ends when the results are verified by the Secretary of State. That's what I think they're saying.
Listen, and it is so much deeper than that.
No, I agree with you. I'm just explaining the
you've got Teresa
logistic
Fox
argument.
is running, right? Are they going to say that she can't use her Facebook page now to run for Congress?
I have no idea.
Are they going to tell me if I want to run for office, I can't use my Facebook page to tell people who I am, to tell them what my platform is because it's after filing day?
I don't think so because you don't have legislative stuff on your page. Like I think
neither does Tara Simmons.
Well, because she'd have to
But
do
that's
something
her
with Olympia.
official legislative page.
Right. But that's to my point. She's we can't talk about legislation. We can't do this. We can't do that. Only people that hurts are the voters.
Yeah.
And the only people it saves from embarrassment are people already in office and who has the supermajority.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This
No, I
is a
agree with you.
defensive measure to keep their people from saying stupid shit.
So Tawny said there's a difference between the official work page and a campaign page.
Correct.
They can't use work for campaigning, so that's why this happened. So under that, so theoretically, if Tara really cared, she'd have her own campaign page that then she could run. That she couldn't discuss legislative stuff on, but she could discuss her reelection campaign.
Yeah, but they're using it. Right?
Jake has a great comment. But go ahead.
That's the shield.
Yeah, I agree. Jake said, and I love this, and I'm going to swear, I apologize. We can do whatever the fuck we want, but are we willing to? Are we willing to? He said, are we willing to accept the consequences? And he's got a valid point. Like people could just say, I'm not going to play this game, and I'm going to do it, and I'll deal with the fallout as it comes.
Well, and as we've seen over time, there's no illusion that we have elected state representatives that are all about the do as I say, don't do as I do.
Yep.
Right. And they are all over the place and they are becoming an infection, a sick disease. Like seeing the depths of depravity that Democrats in Washington state will go to keep not only keep their power, but grow it. It should make people sick. And I know that most people, right, they don't get into this stuff as much as we do.
The thing is, it's just social media. So there's nothing stopping me as a person to go in and create a social media account on whatever platform, political candidate A for whatever office, right? And create my page there and then promote and run and do. There's nothing stopping a candidate from doing the same thing.
It is more than social media, though. It also includes email updates. So it's any kind of electronic interaction, correspondence is the way it's written.
Email's a private thing.
Well, but it depends.
Not for a legislator.
No, FOIA requests.
Nope.
Well,
You have
okay,
to-
yeah. I mean, it's from a public server,
And
but
even your Facebook page is subject to FOIA requests.
It's not a FOIA request if it's state or local. It's just a public records request.
Explain the difference because that's important what you just said.
Well, the FOIA specifically applies just to the federal government.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people, I know I've been definitely guilty of this. I use FOIA request in blue.
Kind of just as an overall.
Yes, I do it. I do it all the time.
Like Kleenex.
And I guarantee when they pull it up, they laugh at you. Just gonna say that.
Oh, he's never filed a FOIA. He just means in
Yes,
discussion.
he has.
Have you ever filed
Did
a FOIA?
you not file that thing? I sat down with you for 2 hours. Did you file that public records request?
First of all,
I didn't realize it got you in trouble. I apologize.
no, because I filed.
Okay.
Second of all, yeah, let's That's a conversation off.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Paul's trying to get
Dick.
access to my.
Okay.
What? I didn't know. You don't tell me things I can't be held accountable for.
I know. It's like hearing about Kevin's girlfriends all the time after.
Does Amber have a blue thong? That's what I want to know. Anyway, Paul knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's an inside
Kevin?
joke. Listen,
Kevin.
question.
Kevin?
Yes. Question.
Yes.
Question.
Okay.
Question. Is there any logical way that this bill was passed that they could explain it to you, Paul, and you would go, okay, that actually makes sense?
Great question.
Thank you.
Based on the statement, no.
Okay.
No, that you're talking about a free service, and you look at a guy like Travis Couture. He puts out heartfelt reality check statements that he ain't having a staff member doing that. He's doing that himself.
Yep.
Which is what I would expect of every person getting paid by our tax dollars. Take the time to talk to your constituents. Otherwise, you're like fucking Michelle Caldier, who knows that people have come all the way to Olympia to talk to her, and she just sits in her office or has security remove them because she don't want to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, Travis has not posted this on his page.
That's his personal page.
Oh, I'm on his personal page. Okay.
Yeah. And remember, when it comes to a person like Tara Simmons, we're all blocked from her personal page.
Yeah. Because
God help us, for pointing out her over expenditures.
Well, look, she is part and parcel. She is part and parcel to what's going on with the Democrat Party in the state.
Absolutely.
Like, I think if you were looking for the poster child of the dumb shittery that is the Washington State Democratic Party, you need to look no further than Tara Simmons or Katie Wilson as really good examples, really good like picture examples of what's wrong with the party in the state. Yeah. And my fear is that Tara will never get not reelected in the North End. And I think Katie's toast next time around because I just think there's too much money in Seattle. But Tara's never going to get voted out. Well, she'll have that seat as long as she wants it.
Listen. First of all, she has an ethics hearing, as Robert pointed out. Her ethics hearing is coming up the first week in June. But that's only on this issue. Listen, some people have a skeleton or two in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
Tara Simmons has a fucking graveyard. And those skeletons, like in a bad poltergeist movie, are working their way to the surface. Okay.
Well, I hope you're right, but I have no faith in the voters in the North End.
No, you're not wrong, Kevin. But the only point that I was going to make, with regards to the statement that was made, and you can't escape this.
Mm-hmm.
Democrats have the supermajority.
Yep.
Republicans can't pass the fucking ketchup.
Yeah.
There's nothing they can do. Literally nothing. They don't even have to be heard. That's how ridiculous it is in this state. And I don't know what it's going to take to piss voters off in this state. I really don't. I mean, what do you think conservatives or people in general will do in this state, Alicia, if we wake up in 6 months and they say, hey, no more initiative process? Gone. We got rid of it. You can't do it anymore.
I mean, they're already trying to do that. So
and tax our breeding.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
But I also think that a lot of people would just be fine with it because they just follow the lead.
Yes, ma'am.
That
was my point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think enough people care.
Right. They don't.
And it almost makes doing this show for so long. It is very easy to get wrapped up into a world of hopelessness when you're doing this stuff for so long because we talk about it, we get it, we know what's happening, right? But too many people just don't care. They'll sit there and bitch about their gas prices and vote Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mostly because our public is horribly uninformed.
Exactly. And why is that? Because we don't have a media that's worth a shit. Right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's part of it.
State or federal at that point.
But
I mean,
that's part of it. But the other part of it is we're fat, dumb, and lazy. You know what I mean?
For yourself.
As a society. I don't
this week.
Well, because you're not eating, obviously.
No, I was doing a colon cleanse.
So you're doing a colon cleanse. It just as a general rule, right? Like, as a society, we're fat, dumb, and lazy. There becomes a point in a society where if you don't have to fight for anything, you just grow to accept it and think it's going to stay that way all the time forever. And that's what a majority of our population is.
Do you remember that Disney movie with the robot that comes back to Earth to clean it up?
Yes. Wally.
Yeah. Like, that's how I envision people now.
Yeah. Like really fat on their scooters.
And on their scooter, does everyone?
Yeah.
I mean, that's when I see the general public, especially on election day, out running around. That's all I see.
Didn't we talk about
8 to 80, blind,
Idiocracy
dumb, and
earlier?
crazy.
Yeah, the movie Idiocracy. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
like
that movie is now a horror flick in my book.
it literally is now.
What do you mean it's a horror
Yes.
flick? It's
Horror.
Yeah, no,
HORRO.
I know it's a documentary now,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
As opposed to WHORE, which is the movie about the biopic of my ex-wife. Hey, listen, you brought up the Thurston County ruling that overturned the ability of the state to basically remove sheriffs without voter consent because they don't meet standards. I don't know why y'all are excited. I know that Thurston County upheld it. It's going to go to the state Supreme Court, and then the state Supreme Court is going to overturn the overturn. They're going to put it right back because that's what the state Supreme Court does.
So listen, either you believe that the system has merit or you don't. I'm not knocking what you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You could be 100% right. But at least for me, I believe in the merits of our legal system. It doesn't mean I always agree with the decision. And sometimes decisions are done wrong. How many times have I talked about something going to the Supreme Court and it gets ruled on and it's not the way I wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the one sitting back here saying we need to pack the Supreme Court and make sure everything. No.
So
if my state Supreme Court hears that case and then says we're going to overturn Thurston County ruling against that bill, they'd better have a good damn reason why.
So I was just reading an article. I believe there's 5 seats opening up on the Washington State Supreme Court.
There is, yeah.
So this is either going to go really, really well, or it's going to go horribly sideways.
It'll go horribly sideways.
That's why I'm actually seeing a lot of traction, people online in different chat groups talking about Dave Larson and others and people that are running. And you know what is encouraging to me is I see people talking about their record. They don't care if the person's a Republican or a Democrat. They want to know about the judge's record.
Yeah.
You know, that's exactly what you need to look at.
Right.
Well, the conversation about the Supreme Court, I mean, it's not supposed to be a partisan election.
Correct. It's nonpartisan. Which is why
it's
people are steering away from the.
It's supposed to be
Yes.
nonpartisan.
Yes, and we know that to some degree it won't be. Right.
Right, because I saw a post today saying, hey, we have these people running for Supreme Court. Who knows who's which party? You're right. Why aren't they looking up their records? Why aren't they looking at their trial
Because that
experience?
takes too much time. It's easier to just go, is there an R or a D?
It's insane.
Yeah, part of
Use
me
your
wants
damn
them-
brains, people.
Part of me wants them to declare a party.
Why?
Because at some point I would just rather even the basic people to have an idea what they stand for.
I want people to get off their ass and read something other than a headline or a meme.
Well, yeah, but I want to wake up tomorrow morning to
Tom,
Sandra
that's
Bullock giving me a full body massage. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. I mean, this
You're
idea
right,
that
Tom, I wish, man.
This idea that people are actually going to do research is insane. Look, I'm not even knocking most voters for that, right? We live in a society where both parents have to work a job. They barely get any time with their family. They're not going to circumvent their family time and their job time to research boring politics. And then, as Paul mentioned, the media is effed up. So you can't even really vet anything without really investing a third of your life into trying to vet sources and data. If I'm the average Joe Schmo who's barely getting by, trying to work a job, making my spouse work a job and take care of 3 kids, I don't have time to go vet this stuff.
I understand what you're saying, but at some point, if you're not accountable for your behavior, like your voting behavior, if you're not accountable for your voting behavior at some point, it becomes so painful you have to be. Where's that line? When do people pull their head completely from their ass?
I don't know.
And realize that my behavior as a voter, be it I voted this way or I didn't vote at all, whatever. At some point, we've got to figure out that, oh boy, I fucked up. Maybe I should pay attention to what's going on.
But again, the problem is that all of that conversation should have happened 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Because now we've buried the working class in so much of a need to work and overwork and bust their ass, and that now the policies already have worked to make people uninformed.
Right, but
this uninformed stuff, by the way, isn't by accident. I think people in the 60s were far more informed than we are today.
Sure.
Because they had
'cause you had-
newspapers that
yeah,
they
you had to sit
read.
down and read
Yep.
the newspaper. Yeah, I mean, you caught the headline, and the headlines were written different then. The
Jake, I
headline
think
was
you need to
meant
go see a
get you to
doctor, Jake.
read.
I think you're having a stroke, as evidenced by your issues typing.
Tony, just to give you an idea about an article you could write, definitely take a look at the candidates for Supreme Court. Write it up.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a great article. I could tell you right now that I'd highlight it. I'd
Yeah.
read that shit on air.
Here's the problem, Tony, and I agree with you, but here's the problem. What you're talking about is an opinion piece. What is a light sentence? There's no, you know what I mean? You're going to be giving your opinion of what a light sentence is. Or you said violent offenders that got more mercy than their victims.
But that's it. To her point, it could be different for everybody.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying though. It's an opinion
Yeah,
piece.
If
And
you
what I-
if you went out there and did an article, say about Dave Larson, hey, he ruled on 100, adult SA violence, right? And his average sentence was 35 years, and this, right? Like that information is out there. It just has to be compiled.
And that's what I was going to say. That's what I'd like to see is instead of doing kind of an opinion piece, I want to see data. So, Dave Larson issued rulings on this many people that were charged with first-degree child molestation, and
I'm not interrupting you. I want you to finish, but Tani just said she'll do that.
Okay.
Tani, you do that. We'll have you come sit in here and come on live, and we'll talk.
Oh, she said I wasn't talking about what I would write. I was talking about what I would consider on whether or not I would vote for someone. And I just think I just think that somebody needs to write something that says Dave Olson adjudicated 100 cases with people charged with first-degree child molestation. This was his average sentence. The person he's running against, this person ruled against this many cases of first-degree child molestation. This was their average sentence. That's what the fuck I want to see, because then I can look at this is no longer opinion. These are tangible data numbers that I can compare.
Because you can learn a lot about a judge based on his decisions, in the sense that, right, you can learn, is that judge ideological? Is that judge constitutional?
Yep.
Does he legislate from the bench, right? Is he an activist or she an activist from the bench, right? You can see that stuff in rulings.
Don't you think every judge now is an activist? And
No,
they're,
I do not.
and they're from the bench, even if it's a Republican. Like I think the current U.S. Supreme Court, the 6-3 majority, I think they're advocating and ruling from the bench.
So I think it depends on how you define advocating. And I would say, for example, there's one conservative judge on the Supreme Court that I see as somewhat of an activist judge, but on the other side, I see two female Supreme Court judges that are very much like to legislate from the bench, right?
Yeah.
Ketanji Brown Jackson or Jackson Brown, and Elena
Brown
Kagan.
Jackson Brown was a bad 70s band. But
Anyway, and Elena Kagan, they are very much about the whole woke ideology, and I'm going to be an activist from the Supreme Court. Clarence Thomas on the other side has the same issue in a lot of ways, although I like him because I agree with him.
I don't think any of the Supreme Courts are really taking anything that isn't, legislating from the bench or being an activist from the bench. I mean, if
I don't understand what you mean. They're not. What do you mean they're not?
They're only selecting cases because the Supreme Court, be it federal or state, doesn't have to take a case.
That's correct.
The only cases they're selecting are the ones that hit those, activist from the bench or legislate from the bench.
I see what you're saying. I just don't agree with that. I think that in itself is a very difficult, long, drawn out process.
Yeah.
There's cases that have been sitting waiting to be heard at the Supreme Court that would have monumental reactions, right? But they make the choice, right? They make the choice to not hear those cases,
right?
And they're supposed. I heard it years ago. It might have even been back 20 years ago when I was in law school, that those judges, part of their decision making process is how much will this affect the fabric of society in this country to take that case. So that's part of the decision making process. Which is why some cases like Trump has really pushed a couple of cases that the Supreme Court has picked up and ruled on this year, just because of his pushing for it. So I think to some degree that happens. Yeah.
I mean, that could also have something to do with the fact that he put a couple of them in there.
3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now apparently they're pushing for, I don't remember which one, but I know is it Justice Breyer maybe? One of them is being pushed to retire so that a younger judge, so that Trump can put another Supreme Court judge. I don't personally like that.
I don't
I don't agree with that. I think that's
Yeah, because our side throws a fit when a
Yes.
Democrat president does it.
100%.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys want to segue to some national stuff real quick?
I suppose.
Supreme Court wasn't national.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
I'm
Yes,
asking.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, did you guys hear about what the Supreme Court ruled this week about the gerrymandering in Louisiana?
Yes, but
I
fill everybody
saw
in.
I saw headlines, but I did not dig into it. So please.
So, and I don't understand the schematic details of this, but it comes down to the 1968 Civil Rights Act, and there was some stuff in there that controlled how districts could and could not be drawn. The U.S. Supreme Court came out this week and basically removed some of those protections. It's something that's being pushed by Republicans, especially in the South, because it rightly or wrongly, I'm not going to make a judgment call, but it will lead to some more Republican districts being drawn in Louisiana, specifically in this case.
Will it be along racial lines?
Well, both sides are screaming race, right?
Right.
Republicans are saying, well, the Democrats only want this to be in effect because they want to have an all-black district, which is more likely to vote Democrat. The Democrats are saying, look, the Republicans are trying to disenfranchise black voters by not letting them have equal representation in their district by parsing it out in other ways. This issue with gerrymandering, like, I don't think either party is right. I don't think either party is correct. I think they're both effing around for their own advantage.
And they do it.
Of course they are.
They do it all the time. Every time
Both
they
parties
redraw
do.
the map.
Yeah.
They both do it.
I know that from your perspective,
Yeah.
you have a much better understanding of what goes into that process.
Uh-huh.
I do not have a good understanding of it. So can I ask you a question about it real quick?
Yeah.
Is the idea behind, or the justification to gerrymandering, isn't it supposed to be, in theory, the idea about keeping each district somewhat equitable as far as how many people are in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And that those numbers change per state, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say, for example, in Washington State, they wanted to keep 100,000 voters in a district. The idea, for those that don't understand about gerrymandering, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong here, but the idea is, and what people are complaining about, is they're going to draw the lines in weird directions, like because they know that 70% of a population in a given area is Vietnamese or African American, and the demographics show that they vote a certain way. So they're gonna go from 6th to 7th Street up 9th Street halfway through 10th, and then they're gonna make a U-turn, and they do it all kinds of crazy. Is that kind
Right. And that's why, there's been so many challenges with them. I remember I think it was 23. We had 3 statewide elections, and during that time the board kept going back and forth. It would go to the Supreme Court, somebody would throw out a lawsuit, the Supreme Court would say, no, you have to change these lines. Then we'd have to go back and redo the ballots, and it was just a huge mess.
And are there huge benefits for the party in power?
Absolutely.
To gerrymander?
Absolutely.
So are we all it sounds like we're all maybe on the same sheet of music. Gerrymandering it's a bad thing. It's not a good thing.
It is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be the alternative to that, though? Because, or do they ever have to, or is it important to gerrymander because a particular district explodes and a town grows really big or something?
It's providing equal representation, which we are guaranteed in the Constitution of the United States. So
Correct.
I think that's really all it's doing.
So when one state, Texas, for example, says we're going to gerrymander our districts, and 2 sitting congressional Democrats are going to lose their seats,
right,
and then somebody's going to have to run new in that seat. But since we've changed it, Jasmine Crockett's chances of winning just tanked.
Right.
So that's why they talk about how Republicans have lost so many seats in whatever state, and Democrats have lost so many. And it's one of those things where it's like the Hatfields and McCoys, right? Like the bloodletting never stops.
Yeah.
Because each side keeps going back and forth. Well, they did it. Well, they did it. Well, they did it. So is there a concept that will bring it to a halt?
Do we need to worry about it?
Yes.
Because if both sides are going back and forth to that extent, doesn't it all kind of even out?
That's a great point, Tom. But how much to that very point is the reason why Washington State is
a shit
Democrat
show?
supermajority? Right? Is Jerry? I don't know the answer to that.
I don't.
I'm just asking the question.
And here's the problem, right? California just redistricted not because they needed to.
Redistricted.
Right. Not because they needed to, and not because they were asked to, but because they wanted to offset the extra Republican seats they gained in Texas.
Yeah.
So they redrew their maps to regain those seats in California.
So now you have states gerrymandering just to offset
Yeah.
other states. that
And the
have done
problem is, who are you disenfranchising? Now you're disenfranchising the voters in your own state for
Right.
some national agenda. That's a challenge, right? So that's why you have to fix it. The only answer I have won't work. Beeler will tell me this is unconstitutional, and that's fine. Would be to do it with districts completely and do everything by county. I know that the numbers don't work, but it takes the subjectivity out of it. You have county maps, you have county lines now drawn. You don't change the county maps, and that each county is now a district. I can't figure out how to do a way that would consider the population numbers, because those are variable,
Do
right?
we
They
have
change.
some sort of baseline number for the districts in Washington State? Like, is it like 1 million people or 2 million people?
Let me see if I can find out for you.
I don't know the answer to that, and I've been trying to learn this stuff about the gerrymandering, but honestly, there's so much that I'm always
There is
researching.
so much to it,
Yeah,
too.
there's so much to gerrymandering.
Yeah.
And by using the county, wouldn't that put less populous counties at a disadvantage, during election season?
Well, that's
You would put
why
the-
that's why the maps are the way they
right.
are.
The districts are
yeah.
wild.
Why
Yeah.
some are humongous.
Right.
So
because
Washington
population
State
density
has
is very
49 districts, each with a population of approximately 160,000 people.
Okay, so now we know kind of what that baseline is about. 160.
And in the 10 congressional districts, each district contains roughly between 710 and 800,000 people.
Okay.
But the problem is those are all variable numbers, right? People move in, people
Sure.
move out, people leave,
Sure.
people come, all that. So, Beeler, do you have any ideas? I mean, you're way more schooled on this stuff than we are. Do you have any ideas how to make it in a way that it's not gerrymanderable?
I mean, until they do with that mechanism to be able to do that, then no, I don't think we can stop it. I don't think people want to stop it. It's this back and forth thing that both sides do. And it doesn't matter what the fucking topic is.
And that's the problem.
If they
with
can
it, isn't
argue
it?
over it, they're
That-
going to argue
yeah,
over it.
Both sides do it. Neither side is willing to say, let's stop doing this, right? It's
Right.
almost like nuclear proliferation, right?
yeah.
You're building them, so I'm building them, right? And
Yeah.
everybody's sitting there going, fucking stop, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The entire thing to me poses a quandary, right? Because it's like if we talk about Washington State, and people talk about, well, we just want free and fair, but most importantly, accurate elections.
That's exactly.
Right. So, it's, and we point out so many freaking issues.
Yeah.
Well, we're all mail-in voting. I got 5 ballots at my house. This is not an uncommon thing, and it's like you have the party in power in Washington State. It says our election in this state's perfect. Meanwhile, the people that aren't in power going, no, they're not. I got 3 ballots for my deceased father. My neighbor got 4 ballots for his ex-wife, right? Like, no, there are issues. We have auditors in this state who will not take care of their voter rolls. Well, why is that? When they know that there's problems, you can't possibly have a perfect voter roll. It's impossible.
Yeah. Robert said in the chat, heck, we had gerrymandering here locally in the last redistricting. My precinct 232 was cut out of the 26th, and Super Blue Kitsap Lake was added back in. The net effect, local Democrats had a much easier path to take in the 26th battleground district. Now again,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. Robert lives it and he's in the district, so I'm gonna.
It
I'm
is
gonna believe
true.
Yeah.
It is true.
Well, I mean, is it true that Kitsap Lake is really Democrat?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
And those are numbers that people that are highly involved in they know it. They've got their phone list. They've got the demographics on the voters and everything.
Yeah,
It's
and here's
easy
the
to-
deal. I would love to do by county and make each county a district, because you know what would not happen anymore?
What?
Seattle would not have all the power, because they would be equal to every other county. King County would be equal to every other county. So even Pendoriel County, and there are 5 people and 17 goats, would have as much power as King County would. I would love that. Would absolutely love it.
Baby goats are the coolest, dude.
I don't know about that.
Baby goats, coolest pet in the world.
Baby goat, do 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 do. Baby
They're
goat,
kind of
doo,
cute
doo,
when you
doo.
put them in
Please
pajamas.
not fucking do that. Just zip. No, just stop. No.
Whoa. Dude, I've never seen a woman shut Kevin up that
Baby
fast.
goat.
Oh my God.
You don't
know,
like it? Is that song be stuck in your head for the night? Is that what you're worried about? Having an earworm? Is that what you're worried about? I'm just trying to find out why you don't want me to sing it. Can I help? Are you going to answer the question?
Because it's a stupid fucking song and it gets stuck in people's heads.
Okay.
What, Baby Shark?
Yeah.
And then I want to kick your ass.
Do,
So
do,
that's
do,
where
do.
I'm at right now. So stop it.
Alicia, you should ask Dennis about Baby Shark when he gets back.
No, I don't want to
No,
because
you
I'm
most
sure
def-
he'll play it and I'll get super annoyed and then I'm going to be super pissy and I'm going to walk out again when we're not done by 10:10.
Hey, by the way, guys, if you are in listening to the show and you have Alicia Beeler's phone number, please just send a random text to say Baby Shark. Just random ones. Just out of nowhere. Just random.
So Robert brought up that we should have Judge Dave Larson. Robert, we did have him on. What was it? 2 months ago?
Yeah, sorry you missed the show.
Yeah, but great guest. We'll get him on again before
you should never miss
elections.
An episode of Outlaw Radio.
But you know what? In my opinion, Dave Larson is exactly the kind of person that should be a judge.
Yes.
Can he win?
Yeah, he
Eh,
can.
Hold on,
Of course he can.
Let me ask the question the full way. Can he win in a state that seems to want to run from conservative?
Yes
candidates?
is the answer because it's a they're not putting Republican or Democrat next to the name, and 95% of the voters don't fucking know. It's all about name recognition. They're not going to know anything about that prospective judge's record because nobody looks it up. They're not going to know whether, what. I don't know. The dude could be a Democrat. I don't know. Never asked him. Never cared to. What I cared about was his judicial philosophy, which, as he explained on the show that night, is exactly what I want out of a judge.
No, I hope you guys are right. I've become so cynical in this state.
With good reason,
that
Kevin.
Anybody who's not tipped over to the left, dry humping Katie Wilson's leg, could get elected. I don't see it.
Yeah.
Well, you're not wrong.
No, and you're not wrong for being a pessimist, dude. We've been doing this 27 years.
They reelected Deb. I mean, I don't.
Didn't you say you were going to learn how to say her name if she got
Krishna
reelected?
Danson. I can say, but I don't like to. I like to say, just like he's still Pete Bukaki. Come on. They get their nicknames from me. You live with it. You deal with it. I'm sorry.
You're a lot like Trump.
If Pete or Deb do not want me using their nicknames, they can come on the show, and I won't use their nicknames ever again. But until then, it's Pete Bukaki and Deb.
Can you spit just a little bit more when you do that? Fuck.
Do.
This is why Kevin wouldn't be a good gay man.
I mean, his lube game is pretty good, so.
What?
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
I don't want to know how that even came from. I don't.
Because you just spit.
Well, it came right out of Alicia's mouth.
How did
man.
I spit on your face when my mouth isn't even facing you? It's facing the microphone.
It was facing
Ricochet shots off the mic.
spray.
You ready,
It was
Paul?
overspray.
Ready, Paul? All right. Anyway.
Arm. You nasty.
Margie said, "Who's growling?" Nobody.
I was
nobody.
growling.
Nobody. Beeler's unhappy. Okay. I hear you. I hope Dave Olson gets elected. Larson. Sorry. Why do I keep saying Dave Olson?
I don't. Was another candidate.
I hope Dave Larson gets elected. I hope that there's balance brought to the Supreme Court. I just don't have any optimism. I really believe that there's some stuff going on in this state with elections. Am I insinuating voter fraud? Maybe. Am I insinuating cheating? Maybe. But you can't tell me that Sharma Sawant was losing by a good number.
Oh, the recall vote?
Yeah. No, not the recall vote. When she ran for re-election, she was losing by a good number, and 4 days later, she magically caught up and won.
Didn't the same thing happen with her recall vote?
It's happened a few times with different. Sharma Sawant happened to. It happened on that vote with. Was it Dory Monson not Dory Monson? Who was the radio host that ran for governor?
Carlson.
John Carlson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the issue. Like, people that don't live here, like, look at Washington State. Their voting is perfect. They're all mail in. The fuck it is.
Yeah.
And again, that piece that was done years back. Oh my gosh, I can picture his face. I can't remember his name. He does the show, the online show where it's just him. He did the bit about the homeless people getting signed up to vote. The ballots were sent to the church. Then when they went to go pick them up, the ballots had all been already collected, voted and turned back in, right? I mean, that's the kind of smoking gun stuff that needs to be followed up on, you know, but there's no media source that has paid journalists that are going to follow up on that story.
No.
Yeah. Glenn Morgan. That's Glenn Morgan. But that's it. So we know that it's out there, right?
Well, that happened here in
happened in Bremerton, they said too. But it's not what you know, right? It's what you can prove. So yeah, I don't know. We're at some point the dam's gonna break.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. I just hope it's sometime while we're still alive to see it.
Right.
I can't wait for my dam to break.
If the dam's gonna break, we want it to break soon. Because
God, I need it soon. Fuck.
My God.
I was talking politically there.
By the way, would you like to win a date with Beeler? Call now. Anyway.
I mean, the longer it sits there,
say anything.
I know, because I mean, I'm just going to make it worse. I mean, the longer it sits there unbroken, the more pressure is going to build up behind it.
Yeah, I know.
When it breaks, it's going to be ugly.
Sounds like an Evanescence song. Unbroken.
Meanwhile, I'm over here rubbing up on my jeans like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Cha cha cha.
Beeler, do you remember we talked before that they have those remote control panties? You know, I think you should wear one of those on the show, and we'll just let different people have the remote during the show.
I don't know how I feel about other people having control.
We would have the remote. That'd be great. That would be compelling radio. Hey, we're gonna get back to an actual
compelling video.
Yeah. Do you remember when we made Anastasia watch Two Girls One Cup? And we filmed
eel soup.
And eel soup. And we just filmed the reaction. We didn't show the video.
Or blue waffles. Have you done that one?
No, never even heard of that.
Yeah, you should Google blue waffles.
No, don't do that.
Nope.
Don't do that.
Hey, so listen, I want to talk about Trump a little bit. What? I'm sorry, Beeler. Do you have a topic you'd like to bring up?
No, let's talk about
All right, good. Then shut the fuck up.
I just wish I would, seriously. Can we get an agenda fucking before the show so we know?
We talked about this before the show when I said we were going to talk about Trump. I just waited until the third hour to do it. I told everybody exactly what I was going to bring up.
Have we even given our sponsors any shout outs?
Yes, we gave a bunch of them. You just happen to be in the bathroom with your 12-year-old bladder every time we do it. Tonight's show brought to you by, of course, our good friends at Destination Highway 420, located on Hollow Street, right across the street from Cloverleaf. Stop in and see them. A full selection. Hold on. Tinctures.
Yeah.
Flowers.
Yeah.
Lotion.
Okay.
Pre-rolls.
Yeah.
Edible underwear.
Edibles.
Yep. You're still forgetting.
It also helps if we don't skip break.
You're still forgetting your co-host, who's a distiller.
Distillates.
There you go.
Dennis, you have to keep us on task with the break, though. You can just treat it like a hard break and do your thing.
Let's get a break right now. I really
am I missing? Again. We're done in 20 minutes, Beeler. If you need to leave and go drain your 12-year-old bladder, go ahead and do it. We'll be here when you get back.
Perfect.
She's like, I'm taking advantage of it.
Anyway, so watch out.
You're hooked, Beeler. Watch your leg.
You're hooked. Anyway, Destination Highway 420, not only do they have all that stuff, they've got more, and they have a great staff that's ready to serve you, answer all of your questions, help you find the right product. Stop in and visit them at Destination Highway 420. Follow them on Facebook. And again, proud sponsors of Outlaw Radio.
They have one of the, can I just say this about them? But one of the things I've noticed as somebody who I've had to be using more of the products for some of my health issues, I am always so impressed with the level of knowledge for the bud tenders that work in these places.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, these folks, almost any question that you ask, they've got an answer to, and I just want to tell people, especially with Highway 420, man, anything that you suffer with that you might be looking to help get something to help you with, like, just go in and talk to them about it. And they will be able to steer you in the right direction, man. Yeah. They're just that good.
Yeah, I mean,
did you guys move my phone? I'm gonna freaking kill somebody. Where's my phone?
Can't help you, bud.
Nobody took your phone, bro. Unless maybe okay, that's funny.
You're not on a microphone. Nobody heard.
I'm just gonna suggest that wouldn't have anything to do with the young lady that just went to the bathroom.
Yeah, it's locked. She can't get into it. She doesn't know my code, and she can't use my thumbprint. So,
all right. Of course, hers is right there.
I know hers is right here.
Is it unlocked?
Yeah, it's unlocked. I could get in there and totally mess with her phone, but I'm not going to do that. I don't do that to you, Paul.
No, I know better.
That's not true.
Did I do it to you?
Yeah, you got me a couple years ago.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah. Because I did talk about there was, before like cell phone security and stuff got really good.
Right.
That there was a group of friends we did, all go up and hang out at the bar or whatever and have some drinks and just hang out and be dorks. And if you left your phone on the table and you didn't have it secured,
we used to do that to each other all the time. Didn't
all
we?
the time. Well, our rule with my group was if you get hacked, be a sport, leave it up. So if you dig back in my timeline, there's some really ridiculous shit on my
right,
timeline.
yeah,
But, whatever.
Kevin's daughter got him one time, and he came out as a Republican.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that didn't take much for people to be like, "You've been hacked."
Sorry, I was just doing what I needed to do here. Here we go.
No. There you go. No, listen. All's fair in love and Facebook wars.
Do you want to know what I put?
So you,
I don't even want to know.
I just proclaimed that Beeler has announced that she's only dating women from now on, and that she loves tacos. So
you could have put on that. She was
pregnant. All right.
Anyway, so let's get to the conversation about.
Have
Trump.
you seen my phone,
Professor.
Beeler?
His phone is missing.
I have not seen your phone.
Okay.
I don't have your phone, dude.
Okay.
Well, we believe you. We do. We
believe you.
know
I'm just
if you do or
asking
not.
if you'd seen it because I don't know where it's
That's
at.
what we were talking about.
Well, you've got it silenced, I'm sure. So calling you is
yeah,
not
and
going
what's
to
funny
help.
is I'm trying to do the locate my phone thing, and
And
it
it's
says
saying it's right here with you.
It's in the
says
building.
It can't connect.
Your phone's in
Maybe it's in your car, dude.
No, I had it earlier. I was literally on it in the last break.
Huh, that's weird.
Wait, there it is.
Where? Oh, good man, Paul. Thank you very much.
Accusing people of stealing your phone.
I didn't accuse anybody of stealing. I just asked if you guys saw it. I wasn't accusing nobody.
That was all Amber.
All right. Okay.
Glasses work.
Let's talk about Trump really
Let's talk about Trump.
Let's talk about Trump. So two things I want to bring up with Trump, and I'll let you guys kind of expand on it however you want to, because we've only got, it's 9:45. We've only got 2 hours left. So the first thing is that not right now, Beeler. I have a headache.
That's because you're a pussy.
The first thing is, and what I listen. The first thing is the first thing is that he's going after. Well, I say the Department of Justice is going after James Comey. They filed. They've indicted him on charges of making a threat to the president and making a threat across state lines because he posted a photo of seashells. That spelled out the letters 8647.
Those are numbers.
Or numbers 8647. What the DOJ is saying is it constitutes a threat, that they believe that meant that he wanted to see him assassinated, and they filed and they've indicted him for it. Comey has been public enemy number one for Trump for quite a while. He was indicted before for perjury and something else, but it got tossed.
Can we not understand though why Trump wants to get back at Comey?
Sure.
This is a guy who openly said, "Oh, Trump's administration was new. We wanted to see what we could get away with." Like that dude fucked with the administration before Trump ever sat down in the White House.
No, that's
he made it a point to go after Trump. He went after. It was all Comey who went after the former Secretary of Defense at the time, former General Flynn, right? Flynn didn't do anything wrong. They busted him for lying to investigators. He didn't do anything wrong, right? And if anybody's ever been involved in a legal system or, like a legal construct, working with detectives or police, it is very easy to get caught in, quote, a lie, right? Because you're under a lot of pressure. You're being asked a lot of questions. And if you screw up one detail, they can accuse, and that is a tactic that they use. So it's a very real thing, and I think it's very clear that Comey and many other within the FBI went after Trump on purpose. But that's just my point about that. You can continue.
Yeah. Well, I think it's funny that the party that is about free speech, that the party that is about the First Amendment, is choosing this to take a stand on.
Well, you're not wrong.
It's greasy as hell, man. This is bad.
But it's again, like this administration, the Trump administration, is not going to be the guys who say we're going to rise above it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not going to be Donald Trump, right? He is not the guy that's going to rise above the petty shit. Part of me thinks he probably gets off on it. I don't know, but the dude's a little bit wonky when it comes to his priorities, you know. But on that same note, is anybody going to sit here and say that people within the legal system haven't gone out of their way? Letitia James, right? And all the other.
What the fuck, you sons of bitches! I hate you guys.
You didn't wait for her to find you messing with her face.
No, I had to screenshot it before she found it so I could save it for perpetuity.
Fuck you guys.
All right.
For the record, Alicia, that was all Kevin's idea.
Oh, how dare you? Paul came over and did it while you were in the bathroom.
Yeah, I bet he did. I will. I always rewatch the shows. I always do.
Paul totally did it.
So anyway, can you blame the Trump and his administration? I mean, he's giving back what he has gotten, right? I mean, a man's only going to be pushed around and bitch slapped so many times before he slaps back. You know, I mean, you can say, well, you don't think as highly of Trump? Come on, who was thinking highly of the dude in the first place? I mean, because he doesn't know how to control his ego and his attitude and the words coming out of his mouth.
And when a Democrat does it, I want you to remember that you're excusing his behavior because it's what a normal person would do.
When a Democrat does what? I want to make sure.
When a Democrat does something like this, they circumvent the Constitution.
They've been doing it.
But again, I want to hear you defend them.
No.
Because that's they can only expect to take so much before they have to respond.
I think you're missing my point.
Okay,
what I'm saying is that they did this so much to Trump between his first term and now, but when he went to go run for president again, they used lawfare to go after him. And now
Corey has a valid point, by the way. It was a grand jury that indicted Comey.
Correct. It was a grand jury.
Yeah.
But
still dumb.
You can indict a ham sandwich is the phrase, and for good reason, right? All you have to do the criteria is very limited. Like you don't have to prove a lot to get a grand jury indictment.
Have you been abused in life?
I haven't.
I just flipped you off,
I didn't
and you
flinch.
flinched.
I laughed.
That was the flinch.
Anyway,
Paul, I hear you, and in premise, I agree with you. As you talk about slippery slopes, right?
Yeah, it is a slippery.
We're now
slope,
totally
100%.
like advocating for the.
And it ain't going to be the Trump administration that rises above that shit.
No,
it
and it won't be Democrats either, because Democrats are going to go into office in 2028 when AOC wins the White House, and they're going to go in and they're going to be like, well, we got to do exactly what Trump did, only worse, because God bless it if they don't deserve what's coming.
That's part of the problem.
I know.
The people that are winning elections are the people who are willing to go to the extremes in attitude and personality and everything.
And that is, I mean, I asked earlier while Frank was on, when everyone, I said, hey, who voted for Trump? I mean, did you vote for Trump or did you vote for his policies? Because I think that's where we need to start having our conversations now when we're talking about elected officials.
Well, you're leaving it, but you left that an option. Are you voting for Trump? Or are you voting for his policies? Or you voted against Kamala Harris?
No, I didn't leave it as an option. I just, and not necessarily against Kamala Harris, right? Because I mean,
I voted against Kamala Harris.
Yeah, you had other options for that. So when you voted Trump, did you vote for Trump or did you vote for his policies?
Tom is very much right on this. Yeah, you don't listen, and I don't.
No, there were no other options.
There were absolutely other options.
You could have voted Libertarian.
None of them have a shot of voting.
It doesn't matter,
right? But then your vote would have went somewhere else,
and it would have been a vote for Harris.
But that's wrong.
Okay,
that is, first off, it's the popular vote, and that's not what puts the president in office.
Mm-hmm.
So,
the popular vote doesn't.
No, that's why I just said the popular vote does not put the president in office.
I'm following you.
I mean, if you voted for Harris or you voted for Trump or you voted for Jorgensen or whomever, it's the popular vote.
Isn't it funny, Tom, that you and I our votes go towards our electoral college representative, really,
right?
And it's only an advisement,
right?
Yep.
That person does not have to vote.
They do not.
Right. Correct. We saw that the first time Donald Trump got elected here in Washington State, right? When, I don't know if you've if you're bored, you go look it up on YouTube, Washington State Electoral College 2016, and see how they voted. These folks voted for people that weren't even on the ballot.
Right.
You know, just like as a protest.
Right.
You know, but it's, I don't, you know, Alicia, you'd have to answer this for me.
What?
Do you think people would be surprised? This is terrible to say it this way, but I can't think of another way. Do you think people would be surprised to learn how much their vote really doesn't count in that sense, right? Like, you're not really voting for president, you're voting for your electoral college representative to vote, and they don't even have to vote the way the majority of people in their district tell them to vote. I think a lot of people would be surprised to find it out.
Well, the thing is, though, is if they don't vote the way they're supposed to vote, they're not going to be coming back as an electoral voter.
Correct.
So it's not like it would just.
How does
continue
somebody, I just thought of this, and it's okay if you don't know the answer, but you're the only person here I think it would. How does somebody become that electoral
political
college voter?
parties? Political parties appointed.
So you're okay. So Democrats or Republicans appoint you?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, not just Dem or Republican. I mean,
Yeah, it's
at your state convention.
Right.
So you could be a Green Party and be an electoral.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
So I mean, there's got to be more to it than that, right? Because you can't just say today I'm a Republican. What can I do to become that person that cast the electoral college?
Right.
No, because
people play favorites with that.
Gotcha.
It
Yeah,
comes
there we
from the political parties. If you have an in with the political parties, you're more likely to be in
Do they
electoral
vote
college.
within the party? Do they vote?
Yeah, at the state
figures on
convention.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to have
That's more than Kamala Harris got last year.
Ah, good
yeah,
point.
you have to have the confidence of your party to be an electoral voter.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, it's a good conversation. I didn't know the answer to it.
All right. The other angle on this Trump stuff is about what's going on with Kimmel. So just to sum this up. So in the days before the White House Correspondents' Dinner, Kimmel did a skit, a fake roast of Trump.
Yeah.
And one of the things that he said is that Melania looked great. She looked like
an expectant widow.
Blow
of an expectant widow.
Now, if you listen to how Kimmel tells it today, he was making the comments about the age difference. The comments were made before the White House Correspondents' Dinner. They didn't come out until after. So it sounds like it was about the attempt, the shooter and all of that, but it wasn't about that. Anyway.
Can we take 1 second first before you go any further with that? Because you brought up a good point. Kimmel doubled down and said the joke wasn't in reference to somebody taking the president's life.
Right.
It was a joke in reference to his age.
Correct. Their age difference. Yeah.
Here's my point on that. It's completely ambiguous. There was no reference one way or another to an assassination attempt or his age. Like, people were going to take it how they were going to take it, which leads me to believe he chose that path in order to double down and make himself not look so bad. I think he intentionally left it.
Well, no, remember, these were made before the shooting.
No, you're missing my point.
Okay.
Doesn't matter about that. I'm saying the comment could easily have been taken either way. Kimmel was full of shit when he came back and said, I was only talking about.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He did it vague on purpose. Okay.
Yeah, that's my point.
So what the FCC now has done is they've come out and they've basically issued warnings to ABC. Again, remember, the FCC was already going after Disney, ABC's parent company, because of their diversity inclusion stuff. Now what they've said is, if you are an ABC network affiliate and you want to renew your license, you need to refile early because you're all under investigation because you're airing Jimmy Kimmel and you haven't canceled it. Now,
that's not censorship.
Stop this shit.
Yeah, but that's a problem to me, right?
Yeah,
again,
it's both sides though.
Yeah, but again, Republicans, hey, freedom of speech, let the market decide. Well, the market's decided, and Kimmel's still maintaining decent numbers.
Then
right?
there you go.
But his numbers are in the tank.
Well, but hold on, but that's irrelevant,
That's,
right?
That's up to the private company.
Yes.
That's not
Correct.
up to anything else.
And ABC wants to run it. More power to them if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, I don't like. Well, let me just be frank. The president has no
Frank
fucking
Aquila's
business
gone, by the
saying
way.
who should be on air or who shouldn't. We have agencies in place to handle those things.
Right.
If somebody thought there was a threat, that's what you have the Secret Service for.
Are you suggesting
have
Trump
the
send in
FCC
SEAL Team 6 to take care of
no, Meal Team 6.
Meal Team 6?
But but like I said, Trump's not going to rise above anything. He's not that kind of a person. And I think that the only way that it happens, and it needs to happen in the next election, whether it's JD Vance, who, by the way, I think would choose to rise above. So would Marco Rubio. I'm not sure, depending upon who the Democrat representatives are, I'm not sure that they're going to be in a position where they're going to want to do that yet. Because if you got Gavin Newsom coming in, or AOC, or Jasmine Crockett, or any number of these people, like, they're not going to pull those punches. They're going to give back just like Trump did. And then you're going to be faced with a Republican candidate who's going to have to choose, do I rise above or do I sink to their level? Remember, Democrats have been very open about one thing. When they go low, kick them.
Yeah.
That's a quote, I think.
Yeah, but don't you feel like Republicans are doing that too, though? Like when I look at what happened when Roe v. Wade got overturned, and Republicans could have came in with some moderate policies about abortions across the country, and instead some states went as radically right as the left had tried to go radically left, and it felt to me like the response was, well, this is what you guys did, so you've brought it upon yourselves.
So I think you have an interesting point in this sense, but for me, you can't go too far to the right on the abortion issue when you believe life begins at conception, right? So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that when I look at that, because of my feelings on the issue, again, it's either murder or it isn't. It's a different situation when the life of the mother is at risk.
Correct.
That's a different situation.
But it's different than saying, hey, in this state, we're going to try to pursue criminal charges against you if you leave the state to go to another state to get an abortion where it's legal. Like, I would argue that's a bridge too far in this debate, right?
No pun intended.
Like you can control your own state.
Yeah.
But when you start trying to file charges against somebody because they left the state,
which is stupid, because that's the whole point
what is it? It's a jurisdictional issue.
Yes, it's
right?
states' right. It's stupid. If one state doesn't have what you need, go to the other one.
Correct. It's very much in Washington State. If you go to Oregon to buy a car and save on sales tax,
yeah,
and
or
come back over here,
cigarettes or alcohol or
happens?
anything.
What happens if you go to Oregon to buy a car?
You pay the
have to-
taxes when you come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
so what did we say? Like, you guys are contradicting yourselves.
No, we're not.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not.
Because you just said
one is a revenue issue,
right?
One is a revenue which can be addressed in revenue.
Right.
The other
is
one is
more important
a
than what people believe to be murder.
Well, but important, or how do you?
So if you my point, and listen, I'm paying devil's advocate because I agree with you.
Yeah.
Right. The state should not have the ability to prosecute somebody that goes to another state to have an abortion. Let me play devil's advocate. Right.
Right.
We do it with taxes. We do it with revenue issues. Right. So if your only line of differentiation, so to speak, right, is that one's revenue and one's a life, well, what's more important, revenue or a life?
We're not having an abortion debate right now. We're having a states' right issue debate. That's it.
And that's the problem, right?
That's okay.
And Paul, I see where you're coming from, right? But here's the problem.
You're not stupid.
The problem is when you, for your example with cars, you're going to another state and bringing something back of value
in order to avoid.
Well, right, but you're bringing something back of value, which that value can be assigned. The issue with abortion is a little bit different, right? Because you're not fleeing something that has a balanceable equivalent. That there's not a fixed money amount that goes with that. So this is apples and oranges.
Is it?
It's apples and oranges.
I mean, you'd be paying an abortion clinic in your home state.
Yeah.
There's a revenue issue.
But you can't have it. They don't have abortion clinics in the home state because they've outlawed them, which is why the people have to leave the state in the first place. So there's.
I guess to draw a parallel, your point would be, well, if we stop selling cars in Washington state, we shouldn't make somebody who goes to Oregon to buy a car, we shouldn't charge them the tax when they come back.
Well, kind of, but
listen,
I'm
I get it.
over my head on this
I'm
argument.
playing devil's advocate here, right? Because I am very anti-abortion. That's me. But I also don't hold it against other people on the other side of the aisle for that, right? Like, I do understand the other side of that equation. I'm just outspoken about my view on it, irrespective of the hate against me.
Double back, though.
Yes.
Trump and this thing with the ABC affiliate.
Yes.
I really feel like he's out of line. I don't want any.
Oh, he's out of line.
I don't want anybody
agreed.
telling us what we can or cannot joke about. Comedy is comedy for a reason.
Yeah.
Well,
It's subjective.
You just get back to
is.
First Amendment issues.
But that's Kevin's point, right? We've got politics, and they've been doing. Trump ain't the first that did it.
Oh no,
they've been doing it for a while. They've been doing it. In fact,
the left is famous for it.
If my memory serves, the first time we really saw this full force was while Barack Obama was president, and he put that executive order in place that stated that within purview of him, if he's there on an official business, do you remember what I'm talking about? He made it so that you couldn't protest him. If he was at an event giving a speech, you could not protest within earshot.
I don't know if I would say it's all left thing. Remember, Kathy Griffin came out with that eulogy thing about Trump, and she got canceled, and you've never seen her since.
Well, and that was almost.
She's a cunt, anyways.
But that was almost. I mean, she no longer even had the ratings to keep being a comic, right? That
was like her last grasp.
Yeah, that whole issue was just so distasteful.
Yeah,
people were like,
horrible. Like, you're not even funny. Just shut the fuck up and sit down.
It's like Roseanne Barr too. To me, she's the same thing. Even though she's a staunch Republican, she's just not funny anymore.
Well, she may not be, but Roseanne Barr's another person who was canceled because she made a smarmy, smart-ass comment about one of President Obama's executives or whatever. It was Valerie Jarrett.
Yeah.
Talked about, I think she said something like Valerie Jarrett looked like if something and somebody from Planet of the Apes had a baby or something like that.
Yeah, but Roseanne.
I mean,
Barr
that's pretty racist, actually.
It was.
It's bad, but I mean, Roseanne Barr should have been canceled for her butchering the national anthem. So
very valid point. I agree with that.
She should have been put to death.
Gina Carano and what happened to her.
Did you hear she's come back to fight again?
Yes, we talked about this last week.
We talked about this.
I don't ever know when you're
you
here.
Said we're having the fight at your house.
I don't even know when you're here.
It's May 23rd.
I got a couple cases of baby oil lined up. It'll be great.
Diddy
party. What is Gina Carano on one side and Ronda Rousey on the other? I'll never leave the house again.
For in that fight. But anyway, let's finish up our conversation about.
Yeah, because it's time to wrap it up so we can go home.
Yeah, I'm going to get late. I don't know about you, but
I'm not. Congratulations, Paul.
The look on
Good job.
Look on Amber's face was like, wait, you are?
Gold star. Thank you for rubbing that in even more. Woo!
Well, hey, if somebody rubbed it in even more, you wouldn't be so frustrated.
What?
I said, you have a boyfriend? I didn't know you were having difficulties.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
I'm dating.
A man friend.
Okay, my apologies. I understand.
They're waiting till marriage.
Huh?
They're waiting till marriage.
Who said any fucking thing about marriage?
You've been seeing him for like a couple months now. If you haven't done it by now, you're waiting till marriage.
Oh my God, Kevin, no.
This is part of like
what
Kevin
if
is
it?
single.
No, I can't. No.
Kevin's the first person to say
I'm totally okay with you waiting for marriage.
Yeah, he's got to test drive the
More
car.
power to no. I'm
That's
totally okay with you
exactly
waiting for
right.
marriage.
Because you know what? When I get married again, I am never, ever having shitty sex again. Ever. Not once.
God bless you, Professor.
I have so many jokes I want to make.
Well, yeah, I mean, I need to find shitty sex, right? I mean,
I'm done. I'm done. That shit is behind me. I released all that shit at the Flower Moon on Friday. Everything that I analyze and overthink, I just let it go.
Yeah,
did you?
Good for you.
I
That's
released it.
We're gonna have to come up with a flower child name for Beeler.
Moonbeam.
Moonbeam Beeler.
Alicia Moonbeam.
whatever.
That's what we'll call her, Alicia Moonbeam.
The moon was in.
If you laugh at her about it, it's not going to stick. You're going to upset her.
Yeah, seriously, Tom.
I just think it's cute. That's all.
Okay, then let's lead with cute. It's cute.
It's not taking up space in my brain anymore, man.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
You know, mental health is important.
Absolutely. Yes.
This is more important for some people than others. Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
All right. So
Not
listen,
you. I'm not saying you. Okay.
I wanna read. We're gonna read the world famous sugar-free gummy bear.
You got 4 minutes, Kevin.
and then we're done. All right.
This is because Kevin brought in chocolate-covered sugar-free gummy bears.
No, I didn't bring in sugar-free ones. I brought in regular ones because I did not want to. I felt
you did not want to shit yourself to this level.
I did not want to shit myself to this.
Dude, it was the worst. He gave me some years ago. For those that don't know, sugar-free gummy bears go straight to your gut, beat the shit out of it, take a fire hose to the inside of your intestines, and fucking flush it all out.
Yep.
And it is a miserable experience. I've never had stomach cramps as bad as that night when he brought in the chocolate-covered, sugar-free gummy bears.
So I'm gonna read this. Dennis, you want to put some music under this, and we'll wrap this up. I will do parting shots after this.
Yeah.
But I think Paul
Art
would
of
appreciate
Noise. Boom, 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 boom,
Paul,
boom,
Paul
boom,
have you done
All right.
colonoscopy prep?
You don't need to if you do sugar-free gummy bears.
Well, that's what I was getting at. I mean, you can use the Haribo sugar-free gummy bears
Except
for your
it's
colonoscopy prep.
so painful. Oh, the cramping is horrible.
I have not
All right.
From the
eaten that
sugar-free
menu.
gummy bears?
Yes.
Let me read these so Beeler can get out of here and not complain about going late. So here we go. It was my last class of the semester, and the final exam was worth 30% of our grade. After a late night study session, I felt confident, but I had to decide between sleeping in or cooking breakfast. My eyelids chose sleep. My stomach later regretted this decision, and after several uncomfortable stomach growls, I finally decided to make a quick stop by the campus bookstore and grab a snack before my test.
Good music, Dennis.
Yeah, we turned it down just a smidge. Since the semester was ending and everyone was going home for the summer, a lot of items were on sale, including the snacks and candy they kept up front. Being in the hungry state that I was in, I felt it only logical to pick the largest yet least expensive candy in order to get more bang for my buck. And there they sat. 2 bags of Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. Buy one, get one free. What a deal, I thought. I'd eat 1 bag before my test and 1 bag afterwards. As I walked to class, I gleefully chewed on those abominable little bastards, unaware that the utter mayhem that would soon be unleashed upon my poor anus. I sat down at my desk as the professor informed us that due to issues with cheating in the past, restroom breaks would be prohibited until the completion of the exam. I'll give you 10 minutes to use the bathroom now.
It was at this moment.
This will be your last chance. Any takers? The demon bears hadn't released their unholy necromancy upon my stomach yet. So in my moment of urgent foolishness, I remained seated and still munching on those little miniature-sized bear-shaped bombs. After the students wise enough to take the professor's offered return, the professor handed out the test. I was 6 questions in when it happened. It started subtly at first, almost like a slight tingling sensation in my lower abdomen.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
I thought nothing of it,
It's sound effects.
assuming my intestines were just doing their thing. Little did I know that my intestines were trying to desperately warn me of the horror that was on the horizon. By question 9, it happened again, but this time it was followed by a sharp pain, as if one of those infernal hellions had orchestrated an attack against my colon.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
I fought to contain the groan that tried escaping my lips. It was at this point I began to panic. Something was going horribly wrong, and I needed to get through this test before it got any worse. By question 14, my worst fear was upon me. The Satan bears, burning, hot, liquid, dark magic, crashed against the anal sphincter like a tidal wave. I was about to close the hatch just in time, but those relentless toxic bears beat against it like orcs breaking down the doors of Helm's Deep. I knew I wouldn't be able to hold in as much as a shift in my seat without risking a breach. I kept fighting through my exam, clenching my cheeks with all my might, beads of sweat rolling down my neck. Suddenly, a loud, gurgling war cry came from my belly, and the entire class lifted their head.
Bloop, bloop,
At
bloop,
this
bloop.
point, nothing mattered except expelling this ungodly presence from my bowels. With 15 questions left, I promptly wrote C for every answer and ran out of the classroom. My professor yelled something. I was too preoccupied with the volcanic eruption that needed to take place before I could find sweet, sweet relief. I burst into the restroom like the Kool-Aid man, and behold, the handicap stall was empty. Sun rays from the adjacent window shone upon it as if it were a gift from God itself. It took me less than 0.5 seconds to undo my belt buckle, pull down my pants, and finally relax my weary buttocks upon the toilet seat. It took absolutely no effort to expel this demon. Only immediately the floodgates of hell were opened and damned. Liquefied souls of an entire bag's worth of gummy bears cried as they burst through my sphincter and into the watery abyss below. I'd never felt such simultaneous relief and anguish in my life. After 30 minutes more of this, I immediately went home, dug a hole in my backyard, and burned the remaining bag of gummy bears. I leave with this. Do not, I repeat, do not eat these spawns of Satan. Not only did they cause me to fail my final test, but the anguish I experienced is nothing I would wish upon anyone, not even my worst enemy. The only place these godforsaken hell bears belong are buried deep below the earth's surface.
That just took you 6 fucking minutes to read.
Give them
6 minutes.
But there were good sound effects.
There were good sound effects.
They were good sound effects. Good job, Tom.
So don't eat the sugar-free gummy bears unless you want to lose sphincteral control.
So that's Kevin's final thought for tonight.
Yay.
That's not mine.
that
Lori, do you have any
yeah.
parting shots?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Dennis, do you have any parting shots, my friend? Nope. Paul?
Yes. I want everybody to take a moment, right? Just kind of put your hand in your head, just massage the side of your head a little bit, because what I have to discuss is a very deep, enduring topic. Kevin.
Yeah.
It's time to go home.
Thank you, Paul.
All right. Tom, parting shots?
Yeah, check out Whiskey Wednesdays. Come in, talk to me about Black Ring Spirits. And while you're here, that is the Haribo gummy bears.
Wow.
Dennis?
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
Okay. Please finish, Tom, so we can go home.
I think Alicia had some gummy bears.
But that wasn't appetizing. I mean, I want to talk about my new whiskey. I do have a new
When is
whiskey.
your first Whiskey Wednesday? When is it the next one?
The next one will actually be May 20th.
Okay.
And then after that, they're the fourth Wednesday of every month.
Okay. Tom, could you do a Haribo gummy bear whiskey? Is that
No.
Okay.
No. I might do a gummy bear
You guys.
vodka. I would not do that to a whiskey.
Okay.
Is it considered poor taste to play a practical joke on someone by giving them those gummy bears?
No.
Okay.
No, that's just funny.
I think you should totally do it.
Anyways, this coming Wednesday, please pop in. Check out my new whiskey. I have a smoked cherry walnut whiskey that I think everyone will really enjoy.
And the aroma is amazing.
I want to pull your hair so bad.
I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. So
Yeah, very good.
It's good stuff.
That's it for this. That's it from me.
We'll tag all the sponsors in a second. Beeler, parting shots?
Yeah, I just wanted to announce that I started my own business, Evergreen Grace Cleaning Company, LLC, taking on residential business and also construction cleanup. So
Beeler just beat that in chat. He said, parting shot, please try Evergreen Grace Cleaning Service if you're in need of maid or cleaning services.
Oh, fuck you, Parker. Don't put maid in there. That is not happening.
But you're doing construction site cleanup and what else?
Residential and businesses.
Okay, so if somebody just needs their house cleaned.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to set up on schedules with people if they want you to?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
And how do they get in touch with Evergreen Grace Cleaning Service? So what's the best way to do
Evergreen
that?
Grace Clean at yahoo.com or on Facebook. Evergreen Grace Cleaning Company.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Can I just
Commercial and
ask
residential?
Yes.
What motivated you to do this?
I'm taking control of my future.
I got you.
Also, like I said, I'm a great boss. I'm not really a great employee. So
And you're gonna if you need any information on lead generation, let me know.
Okay.
Because I can tell you how a lot of the other small businesses contracting and stuff do that.
Yeah.
And she has a side business coming up later that's not open yet, but the Facebook page and the email address will be open as soon as it's ready. Alicia Beeler, professional ball washer. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Beeler. No,
that wasn't even funny, dude.
I know.
Good night, Kevin.
He tries.
It was funny to me.
Hey, Outlaws,
was
you have
funnier
a
than
great
funny.
night.
I haven't
Come
given my
back and
parting
see us
shots
next
yet. Nice
Sunday,
try.
Where Kevin isn't such a fucking douchebag.
Good luck. Like that's going to be next week. My parting shot is only just thanks everybody for supporting the show. Be sure to check out the Derby a week from Saturday. Like I said, get there at 2, pick your spot, get some food. Time trial is at 3:30 or so. Racing starts at 5. We want to thank our sponsors, Destination Highway 420. Find them on Hollis Street, across the street from Cloverleaf. Thank you very much. Stop in and check out their fine assortment of everything and a great staff designed to help answer all of your questions and find the perfect product. Thanks to Black Ring Spirits, the official home of Outlaw Radio. come on down and check out some of his fine distilled spirits. And
smoked cherry walnut.
Yeah, so much good stuff. Kids have Great Escape. Boy, things are hopping down there, by the way. The new room, the Lunar Curse is out, and people are lined up down the block to try it out. If you haven't visited the website, I'm tagging sponsors and we're done, Beeler. Jesus. Go to kidshavegreatescape.com or find them on Facebook. And lastly, DJ D is available to DJ your weddings, divorce parties, bar mitzvahs, circumcisions, Beeler's dam breaking party, whatever you need to do. Reach out to DJ D.
Wait, what did you just say?
He's willing to DJ the Alicia's dam breaking party. So be sure to reach out to Dennis. He's available.
I can't wait for that day.
In fact, maybe Dennis can DJ while that happens.
No, I'm good.
I think you should.
Super good.
Dennis, would you DJ?
Will you
Alicia?
stop and wrap it the fuck up, or I'm gonna beat your ass?
Can you answer the question? Dennis, would you DJ that event?
No.
I'm just waiting for him to answer. We'll get out of here. Dennis, would you DJ that event? Just to talk loud.
No. No, I wouldn't.
Go ahead, Dennis.
I hate all of you. Except for you, Lori.
If Beeler was gonna have her dam break, would you DJ it?
What the fuck is this? What is even this question about? Please, let's just say goodnight.
You're dam breaking, and if Dennis would be willing to DJ it.
It doesn't matter because
I thought
it's not happening.
I thought it'd be an easy question.
It's not
for him to
even
answer.
a question.
I'll pay him to DJ it.
Oh my god!
What songs? What songs would be in your playlist, Dennis, if you were DJing the Alicia Beeler's dam breaking party?
Really?
You know, every time you do this, we lose one of the crew members.
telling me no.
All right, play the music. We're out of here. Hey, guys, thanks for checking out the show. We'll be back next week. Dave McMullan is going to be here. Now, he told me he didn't want to come on if Beeler was going to be here, but we got him to agree. So Dave McMullan will join us 7 o'clock, right? Beeler, 7? Beeler, 7 o'clock, is that right?
I think she said yes.
7 o'clock. It's going to be filing, the start of filing season, so much for Dave to cover for us. And then in the second hour, we'll find out what songs Dennis would have on his playlist for the Alicia Beeler dam breaking ceremony. All that and more. Paul, Tom, Dennis.
Good night.
Lori, the CEO. Paul's Amber.
Good night.
I'm sorry for you, Amber. Paul said he's getting lucky tonight, which means probably the most horrible 3 minutes of your life, followed by 27 minutes of his crying. So good night, everybody. Outlaw Radio. We'll see you next week.
Mr. Outlaw Radio Network. Mr. Outlaw Radio Network.